What is going on, ladies and gentlemen? I'm MTGBudgetBrew, and welcome to Bronze to Mythic in One Sitting, Part 3, Tokyo Drift. Clearly, we did not make it to Mythic in one sitting, seeing as how this is part number 3. Now, during the last stream, we hit Diamond, and we got hard stuck in Diamond 4. None of the decks we were running could compete with what the current meta is running in historic Diamond 4. So we had climbed through Platinum largely using a Merfolk deck. It was a 3-color, it was a Bant Merfolk deck, and it was really cool, and I liked it a lot. It was doing well, it was doing fine. We made a bunch of tweaks throughout the stream where we first built this. And I want to say overall, it still had like a 58% win rate, which is pretty good. That's not bad at all. But it was just getting really outclassed, really... I don't want to say outclassed or countered. It just had an unfavorable matchup against what we were running into a lot, which right now has been Recursion. Everyone in Diamond Historic right now is running some kind of recursion spell. Everyone's trying to get some giant dude out on turn 2 and then just snowball win the game. The problem with Merfolk is that it has almost zero interaction whatsoever. This deck list is 40 creatures. We have 0 removal spells. We have a little bit of pseudo removal. We kind of have removal with Flood Pit's Drowner, but it's very slow. This requires 4 mana and 2 turns to shuffle Flood Pit's Drowner and another target creature into their owner's libraries. That is the best interaction that we have for something like an Atraxa that comes out on turn 2. Like, it's not a great matchup. So Merfolk was struggling. We tried building some other decks. We ran a Rakdos Sacrifice deck that won like 3 games in a row, but then went on a hard loss streak. I started messing around with Is It Storm. That was not going to work, not at all. However, after ending the stream, I decided to play around a little with an idea of ninjas. Now, in fact, the main idea for the deck, it wasn't even ninjas. I wanted to counter the meta. So what I did was I looked up to see what rarity Weathered Runestone was, because I couldn't remember if this was a rare card or not. It is not. It is an uncommon. For 2 generic mana, you get an artifact that says non-land permanent cards in graveyards and libraries can't enter the battlefield. Players can't cast spells from graveyards or libraries. So if our opponent on turn 1 dumps a bunch of stuff into the graveyard, one of their recursion targets, then we can get this down on turn 2. Hopefully we are going first. We get this down on turn 2. They go to recur their target. They can't. They scoop. They concede the match. That's just what happens. So I decided to add this to a deck as well as Test of Talents. It is 1 in a blue for an instant that says counter target instant or sorcery spell. Searches controller's graveyard, hand, and library for any number of cards with the same name as that spell and exile them. That player shuffles, then draws a card for each card exiled from their hand this way. This is another way to counter our opponent's recursion spell, and not only that, it will exile all 4 copies of whatever recursion they may have. This is also pretty good against board wipes, which is beneficial for our deck. There was another card that I had originally ran as our rare in the deck. It was Unmoored Ego. Unmoored Ego is 1 a blue and a black for a sorcery that says choose a card name. Search target opponent's graveyard, hand, and library for up to 4 cards with that name and exile them. That player shuffles and draws a card for each card exiled from their hand this way. So this was another way, if I suspected my opponent was running recursion, that I could stop them. I could pay 3 mana and then name whatever recursion spell I think they're going to be running. I expect them to be running, or maybe I've already seen what they're... Yeah, no. I could just name their recursion spell, and then now they can't cast it. Right? We exile all of them. The problem with Unmoored Ego is that it is a 3-drop, and a lot of people are trying to cast recursion on turn 2, like I mentioned. So Unmoored Ego, I was a little bit too slow. I ended up cutting it as our 4 rares for the deck. But at the time that it was in our list, we had 12 ways to counter recursion, and in the colors of Dimir, right? These were the first 3 cards I added to the deck: Test of Talents, Weathered Runestone, Unmoored Ego. So I asked myself, well, what would be a good Dimir shell to run for the rest of the deck? And something that I had seen on untapped.gg, you go here, you go click on constructed, you can click on meta. There was a deck list over here. Let's see, let me change this to historic because it's probably still here. Yes, right here, 13_Triste. Number 6 ranked in Mythic for historic. He was running a Dimir deck. And it was a deck that we had considered trying to run ourselves because it was a ninja deck. It was a ninjutsu ninja deck where, like, ninjas are very budget friendly. Maybe we should try running this deck. Well, we decided not to. We ended up going in a different direction. But when I was thinking about what kind of Dimir shell I could run for our deck to run alongside, the counters for the meta, I was like, well, I already saw one that's really, really high up in rank. Ninjas. So I took inspiration from him and I went in the direction of ninjas. And it's been doing okay. It has gotten me some turn 2 wins when I counter our opponent's recursion spell, or, I get down a Weathered Runestone, they read it, and then they just scoop. It's really satisfying. Let's see if I pull up the stats for the deck. Overall, 12 and 13. However, the latest version of the deck, version 7, is 3 and 1, so it's doing well. You can see I did a decent amount of playtesting here. Version 1 of the deck went 3 and 1. I was like, wow, this is awesome. This is working out super well. But then I realized Unmoored Ego is too slow, so I cut out 2 copies, and then I added 2 copies of Creeping Tar Pit, which is a land that you can pay 1 a black and a blue into, and then until end of turn, this land becomes a 3/2 blue and black elemental creature. It's still a land. It can't be blocked this turn. The fact that it can't be blocked is very relevant for all of our ninjutsu cards, right? So I ran 2 of those. Eventually, going up further, here you can see I finally removed the last 2 copies of Unmoored Ego, and then I added in 2 copies of Watery Grave, because there wasn't a rare ninja at the time that I thought I wanted to run. Let's see, we are getting beaten down a little bit by aggro still. So in this most recent version of the deck, we are running a ton of removal with 3 copies of Bone Shards and 4 copies of Cut Down. We have 7 1-mana removal spells in the deck because there's a lot of aggro. In between the combo decks, we were getting aggro down. And there's a cheesy, what do I call the deck? There's a cheesy red deck that people are running. I wonder if it's you. I'll see which of my opponents has this deck. Well, this was an infinite combo deck, so that's a different kind of cheese. Let's try Sanders. No, that's goblins. Oh, yeah. All right. So it's a Slick Shot, Show Off, and Heartfire hero deck. They're playing both of these cards. They pump it with a card like Berserk, Groundswell, Giant Growth, whatever, and try to essentially kill you on turn 2 and then maybe turn 3, and then cast Burn Together or Thud or Fling or something. Yeah. So they're trying to cheese you out really fast. And it's because of decks like this that we needed to run more removal in our deck. We needed to add in a full playset of Cut Down. Really, really needed it to try and shut down decks like that. So anyway, I was thinking about the deck list earlier, and I realized that, yeah, I had cut out all 4 of our rares, and I just moved them to our mana base, but I didn't need to do that. Because in the deck list over here, It's already gone. The 13 Tree Stays deck. He was running Yuriko in his deck. He's running Yuriko, the Tiger's Shadow, which is 3 mana for a 1/3 with Commander Ninjutsu for a black and a blue. It says, whenever a ninja you control deals combat damage to a player, reveal the top card to your library and put that card into your hand. Each opponent loses life equal to that card's mana value. He was running this in his deck, and I was not running this in our deck because we're running a full playset of the Unmoored Ego, or whatever the card was. But I was like, well, now that I'm no longer running that, I should look into adding Yuriko back to our deck, or just adding it to our deck in the first place. So that's where we're gonna start off today. I cut out 2 copies of Watery Grave that was in our mana base. I cut out 2 of those. I added in 2 copies of Yuriko. And now we have 1 Creeping Tar Pit and 1 Watery Grave as our 4 rares for the deck. So I think we should be in a good spot. Yuriko can hopefully help us close out some games. Because I've had a couple games get really close to winning. We got our opponent under like 3 life. What's up, Rex? Under like, maybe like 3, maybe 5 life. Something like that. But I just can't get enough burn. Yeah. So we're going to try this out. Oh, I need to cut back these lands again. And for our mana base, we're currently running, 19 lands? That seems low. That doesn't seem right. Is that how many I was running before? I'm going to discard the changes. I'm going to reopen the deck real quick. Oh, I guess that makes sense. We were running 21, but I'm cutting out 2 lands and trying to replace it with 2 non-land cards. So let's see. If I'm going to add in Yuriko, I need to make 2 cuts to our deck list. All right, I don't know why the search function did not want to work. So I'm going to add in 2 copies of Yuriko. Honestly, I think I'm going to cut out 2 copies of Silverfur Master. We go up 1 island, 1 swamp. That should be it. I don't even know if I want the Watery Grave at this point. We could go with the land that turns into a shark. Restless Reef. We can pay 2 a black and a blue until end of turn. This land becomes a 4/4 blue and black shark creature with death touch. Still land. Whenever this land attacks, target player mills 4 cards. I kind of like the idea of having a second land that becomes a creature. But I don't know if it's better to run a Restless Reef or just run a second copy of Creeping Tar Pit. Creeping Tar Pit is unblockable. Costs 1 less mana to activate. It deals 1 less point of damage. But if I'm swinging with Creeping Tar Pit, there's a chance that I may want to ninjutsu something else in anyway, like a Yuriko. And the fact that it's unblockable is really good. I'm going to cut the Watery Grave. We're going to go up to a second copy of Creeping Tar Pit. And let's give this a shot. Oh, yes. Ninjas. Ninjas for sure, Rooker, but I'll run it back real quick. I played off stream for a while because I wanted to try countering all of the recursion meta. So we're running a full playset of Weathered Runestone and also a full playset of Test of Talents as a way to counter the recursion decks. And we have a ton of removal to beat out the aggro decks with Cut Down, Bone Shards. We've got a 0/4 blocker with Futurist Operative. These are to help defend against the aggro decks. And then we've got, unblockable ninja stuff over here. For our mana base, 7 islands, 8 swamps, 4 choked estuaries, and 2 copies of Creeping Tar Pit, because this can become an unblockable creature. And, it's just good against board wipes. If our opponent's able to get rid of all of our ninjas, being able to have the land on the field that already can, attack in for unblockable damage can allow us to ninjutsu more stuff in. Yeah, it was doing pretty well. Overall with the deck, I went 12 and 13, but version 7 of the deck went 3 and 1. It was doing all right. It was doing stuff. All right, game number 1. Our opponent's going first. Let's keep this. Maybe not a fan of Creeping Tar, but over the ninja that clones something on ETB, but otherwise it seems decent. I'm telling you, we really want something that's yeah, we're playing ranked. We really want something that is resilient to board wipes. Or even this deck, which may be another issue. Let's see. This, I think, is the Azorius control deck with Aang and Reprieve and stuff like that. So if I go to like cast something here and he reprieves it, that'd be annoying. I think I'm just gonna pass. We have enough mana so that on turn 4 we could cast something and then Test of Talents his counter spell potentially. We'll just pass. Yeah, see, it is the Azorius control deck. It's got the Aven Interrupter. High Noon is bad for us. Yeah, here I'm just going to set up Moon Circuit Hacker. He's probably going to reprieve this. And I can't counter the reprieve because of the High Noon. And Test of Talents is Ponder. In his hand, he has an Aang, another High Noon, and a Reprieve. Get rid of the Ponder that's in his library. He's only running one additional copy. All right, we exile all of those. See, this is already a spot where having that a creature land would be really nice. He can't reprieve us turning our land into a creature. He could try to Aang it, but then we just put it back down and he still can't, you know, counter it because we're just playing our land for turn. It doesn't really matter what we play here because it just gets reprieved. So I guess I just go for the Moon Circuit Hacker again. Ugh, fuck it. I'm going to concede. I don't want to play out this game. It's going to take like 10 more minutes for this match to end. And I don't think we're coming out on top. The High Noon really fucked up my game plan of using a counterspell in 4. All right, try again. Opponent's going first. That is a bummer. We'll keep 7. I think he just mulliganed. He did. Elvish Mystic. I normally say kill the Elvish Mystic whenever you can. So we're going to go Bone Shards. Discard. I'll discard the island. I could probably get away with discarding a Test of Talents here because if our opponent is running mono green elves, which we haven't seen a lot of, if they're running mono green elves, then that does nothing. Badger Mole Cub. Now I kind of wish I had held the Bone Shards. I can set up a Futurist Operative here. Our Test of Talents having 2 in our hand right now is extremely awful because they don't run any instant or sorcery spells. This is a really bad hand for this matchup. And also Weathered Runestone does nothing against mono green either. So we have 3 dead cards in our hand. That's rough. Oh, there's a Karn. I was not expecting that. He's gonna -2 the Karn. He's gonna -2 the Karn. He grabs the 1 ring. How incredibly awful. We'll go to combat. Swing at his face. Go to blockers. He can't block it. We ninjutsu in the Ingenious Infiltrator. When this deals combat damage, we'll get to draw a card. It's another Futurist Operative. We'll play out the first one that we ninjutsu'd and pass. What's up, Zed? New bro, is this the sneak one? Yeah, pretty much. We've got a couple unblockable creatures like Futurist Operative and Changeling Outcast that we want to swing with, and then ninjutsu in some ninja dudes. And then we have Test of Talents and Weathered Runestone in the deck to try and hard counter recursion decks. Excuse me. Our opponent plays the Might Stone and Weak Stone. That's a cool card, and I respect them for running it. I hate them for having the one ring in their deck, but that's a cool card. I don't think we win this matchup, though. No, we gotta concede. Oh, the mill card? No. We're not running a mill deck right now. I think that would be a really bad... I think that'd be a really bad deck for the meta right now, too. Again, we just lost to Azorius Control. There are a lot of counter spells going around right now. And even some of these other decks, some of the recursion decks, they're running the free blue counter spell. Force of Negation. And the problem with Sneak is that it can be countered because Sneak, you're casting the spell, whereas Ninjutsu, you are not. Yeah, so I don't know that it would be... I don't think it'd be great. Rooker, you said, trying to think if there's any other options that hose Reanimator without being as all in. Link to Dust is a solid option, and the worst case can cycle itself. Emperor of Bones is a funny one. Wait, it is a rare. Emperor of Bones is strong and turns their reanimation into yours. Does it? I've never tried using it to recur someone else's stuff. I was always just using it to recur my own Ulamog. Emperor of Bones, 2-mana 2/2, Skeleton Noble. At the beginning of combat on your turn, exile up to 1 target card from a graveyard. 1 in a black, adapt 2. Whenever 1 or more ++1 counters are put on Emperor of Bones, but a creature card exiled with Emperor of Bones onto the battlefield under control with a finality counter on it. Gains haste, sacrifice at the beginning of the next end step. I think it's too slow. No blue mana here is rough. We swing in for 1. I guess I should have ninjutsu'd in the Silver Fur Master. Cling to Dust. Man, if we had blue mana here, we could have countered that. We would have been in a great spot. 1 black, exile target card from a graveyard if it was a creature card to gain 3 life. Otherwise, you draw a card. I don't think that's enough. I've definitely seen people dump multiple recursion targets at once into the graveyard. You know, if I counter or if I exile an Atraxa out of the graveyard, or yeah, and you know they still recur Raph and Mikey next turn, I'm gonna be pissed. All right, here we're gonna ninjutsu in Nezumi Prowler. Deal 3, gain 3. Recast a Changeling Outcast. These cut downs I think are gonna be dead in our hand. Test of Talents is dead because we don't have a blue source, which is very unlucky. Here goes an Ugin. He exiles our Nezumi Prowler. Gains 3 life and draws a card. Finally get a blue source. It is a tapped one. Feels great. I'm just going to concede this match too. We're still at the bottom of Diamond Tier 4, so it doesn't matter. we farm the recursion decks. But we need to go up against them. And if the game knows that we farm the recursion decks, it might just stop making us play against them. I don't know. We'll see. Leyline of the Void. See, this dude is also trying to counter recursion, which leads me to believe that he is not running it right now. And if he's not running recursion, then what is he running? Man, Leyline of the Void would have been an awesome option for us to run in this deck if we weren't budget. That is an odd card. Let's see. I think we just cut this down. Swing, deal 1. Opponent's running a mutate deck. Even mutate decks don't normally run the Zagoth Mamba or Mamba. 1 black for a 1/1 Nightmare Snake. Whenever this creature mutates, start creature and opponent controls gets -2/-2 until end of turn. It's interesting. Bullywog Symbiote. Let's go to combat. We swing in unblockable. We can get Yuriko down. I haven't gotten to use her yet, so let's do that. We deal 1. We reveal the top card of our library. Our opponent takes 2 damage because the mana cost was 2. I haven't played against Mutate in a hot minute. It's a lot more popular in the casual formats than on ranked. Our opponent passes with 3 mana up. I can hard cast Nezumi Prowler here. When it enters, we got to put a Death Touch and Lifelink counter on target creature we control, so we can give Yuriko Death Touch. And then go to combat and see if he wants to block with his Polywog. Probably not. He takes the 1. We get to draw a card. Our opponent takes another 2 damage. And we just play out a Futurist Operative. Let me look at Cling to Dust again. Maybe trying to run 2 of those instead of a full play set of Test of Talents would be better. Run 2 Test of Talents and 2 Cling to Dust. Exile target card from a graveyard. This creature, you gain 3 life. Otherwise, you draw a card. Wow, I actually got punished for not running. Even against the Mutate deck, we got punished by not running our Graveyard Hate. Because he just used Boneyard Lurker. Whenever this creature mutates, return target permanent card from your graveyard to your hand. We just got his Mamba back. And we've had a Weathered Runestone, 2 Weathered Runestones in our hands, and that could have countered that and prevented it from happening. That's crazy. Swing in just the operative. We then can ninjutsu in Ingenious Infiltrator. We deal 2 damage, we get to draw a card. Finally hit land number 4, which is good. And it's too late, I think, now to play the Weathered Runestone. I'm just going to develop the Futurist Operative again. Because we know he has Boneyard Lurker now, but he doesn't have any other creatures left in his graveyard to recur. So I don't think we need to set up the Runestone. Return target permanent card. All right, we should have. All right, I'm going to concede. This is crazy, man. It's crazy how so many decks are running graveyard stuff right now. All right, I'm going to go to the deck. I'm going to cut back 2 copies of Test of Talents, and I am going to add in 2 copies of Cling to Dust. We're going to look at our ratio, 64% black, 46% blue. And our ratios should be fine. All right, let's give this another try. Man, I had told myself last night, always play the Runestone on 2. And I thought we would finally be safe to not. And apparently I was wrong. Even against a Mutate deck. Most people do not run Boneyard Lurker in their Mutate decks. The Black Dirge Bat? Yes. Or Lurker Bat, or whatever its name is. People normally run that card. But it's usually... I don't know. Normally don't run the Lurker. Okay. Opponent's going first. They mulligan twice. They concede. All right. Well, that doesn't help us. Let's get into the next match. Jesus Christ, man. We lost 4 games in a row. It's not a good start to the stream. We get a 1 land hand when we're finally going first. Feels good. Feels very good. Love this game so much. Keep 6. Damn. Yeah, throw back an island, I guess. Turn 1, we go Futurist Operative. Next turn, when this attacks, we can pay a blue to ninjutsu in the Moon Circuit Hacker. Whenever this deals combat damage to a player, we scry 2, then draw a card. Okay, this is a mono red aggro deck. I played against someone running Grim Initiates yesterday, which is definitely not a popular pick for aggro. But we should be able to win this. We have at least 1 cut down in hand, which helps out a lot. I don't remember what else they ran in their deck list, though. Test of Talents is definitely useless. I don't really need the Choked Estuary. We're going to scry both of those to the bottom, and we're going to draw a card. Nizumi Prowler is huge here. Gaining 3 life is really good. So we're going to cut down the Grim Initiates. I could have held the cut down. I probably should have. He gets to a Mass Zombies 1. Probably why people are running this card. That might have been a misplay already. It definitely was. Like, I could have killed the Scorch Spitter here, and that would have been fine. So from here, I'm just going to set up Futurist Operative. We're going to get the Runestone out of our hand. I'll swing in the Moon Circuit Hacker. I didn't think he would want to take that trade, so he doesn't. Ooh, we find a Bone Shards on top. That is huge. We'll take that. Then we have to discard a card, so we discard this Operative. The Nezumi Prowler and Bone Shards, I think, should be enough to win us this match. Next turn, we swing in Operative. We get to ninjutsu in the Prowler. We get to connect for 3 damage, gain 3 life. And then we use Bone Shards. Yeah, probably to kill Scorch Spitter. Our opponent is thinking real long and hard. I think when I played against this deck list before, I feel like I don't remember seeing any pump spells. I feel like it was like straight creatures. Drops 2 Hired Claws. This is gonna hurt. There's gonna be a lot of damage. Oh no, it's just 1 or more lizards. Well, that's good. We go down to 13, which isn't amazing. But we'll go to combat here, swing the Operative. You can't block. We ninjutsu in the Prowler. Put the Lifelink and Death Touch counter on that. We gain 3 life. We go up to 16. I'm going to Bone Shards, discard a card, killing one of the Hired Claws. And I will get rid of, I think, the Ingenious Infiltrator. This is card draw. Maybe I shouldn't. No, I'll get rid of the Operative. Next turn, our opponent probably swings out at us. And maybe I should have held the Runestone just to discard it. There goes a Raid Bombardment. That's terrifying. So yeah, our opponent swings out at us. We can kill the Hired Claw. We go down to 6. We swing, we gain 3, we go up to 9. Set our opponent down to 10. See, I should have kept the Operative. Or, yeah, I should have kept the Operative. I think we're just dead here. 3. Yeah, that's... Damn it, dude. That's upsetting. Okay, we should have been running Annihilating Glare in our deck. Annihilating Glare works the same as Bone Shards, except it's even more flexible. As an additional cost to cast a spell, pay 4, or sacrifice an artifact or creature. So if we had Annihilating Glare in our hand instead of Bone Shards, we could have sacrificed our Runestone instead of having to discard one of our blockers. So I'm going to remove the 3 copies of Bone Shards, go 3 copies of Annihilating Glare. Yeah, this card is just a direct upgrade to Bone Shards, and Bone Shards is just a direct upgrade to Bone Splinters. So neither of these Bone cards should be in your deck ever. It should just be Annihilating Glare if you're going for some kind of effect like this. Oh no, this one doesn't have discard. Which is kind of why I liked Bone Shards. Never mind. Take it back. Do I think we're more likely to have an artifact on the board that we want to sacrifice? No, Bone Shards is still better. Damn it. Damn it, damn it, damn it. The misplay was just playing out the Runestone. I should have just left it in our hand. Floated 2 mana, or just, not used our 2 lands that turn. That way I could discard Runestone later to a Bone Shards. Man, this is rough. Also, the deck that we built to specifically counter recursion is now 6 games deep without having seen any of the recursion decks that were spamming the fuck out of us yesterday. So that's fun. All right, turn 1, Changeling Outcast. Turn 2, we go Weathered Runestone. He's playing the stupid Cub deck. So we're gonna ninjutsu in the Ingenious Infiltrator here. And we're gonna have to draw towards removal. Another Llanowar Elves comes down. There's Badger Mole Cub. They always have it on 2. Swing the Infiltrator. We get the additional card draw. Set up Operative as a blocker. Play out. I just hard cast Nezumi Prowler with the Death Touch. Try to make him scared to swing his Badger Mole Cub. But I think we lose this game. We have 7 removal spells. All right, he plays the One Ring too. What is wrong with people, man? There's nothing wrong with people. The problem is the One Ring. You can be running a mono green aggro deck and then just throw in the One Ring and it's just good. We're gonna Bone Shards, kill the Badger Mole Cub, discard this island. We don't need 4. We don't need more than 4 lands. Not really. I will Cling to Dust. Get rid of the Badger Mole Cub just because. Play out Weathered Runestone and just pass. We can't. There's no point in swinging because he has protection from the One Ring, which is stupid. Elder Gargaroth comes in. Here we just play out 2 Changeling Outcasts. Go to combat, swing the Nezumi Prowler with Death Touch, see if he wants to block it. He probably doesn't. He takes a 3, we get to draw a card. And it's a land. We'll end the... Excuse me, we'll end the turn, and I will keep the swamp in hand in case we need something to discard to Bone Shards. Our opponent plays the Great Henge, they gain life. We draw into another land. Definitely not what we wanted to see. But we have 2 Changeling Outcasts on the board. When we swing both of these, we'll get to draw 2 cards. So that'll be good. Our opponent activates their One Ring. They draw 2 cards. We set them down to 11. We draw into a land and another Operative. I'll set up this Operative just as an additional blocker, and then we end the turn. Opponent takes damage from the One Ring. They go down to 9, but it doesn't matter. They can tap the Great Henge just to gain 2 more life anyway, which they do. They go back up to 11. Badger Mole Cub comes out. And it's a Crater Hoof Behemoth. Awesome. Super cool. Super great. Still 0 recursion decks. It's been nothing but aggro. And that one control deck. I'm gonna look on Untapped. Let me see what's been popular today. Popularity today. 5 color, 12% of the meta. Let's see what it is. Recursion. What about you, mono black? That's just regular mono black control. Demir. And Jund. So today, Recursion is still the most popular deck list today. Let's go Silver Fur Master. And we just haven't gone up against any of them. They've made up 12% of the meta today. And even though we hard counter them, we can't seem to find anyone playing it. Slick shot show off. Okay. I did not want to deal that damage. Oh, I wanted to draw the card. Chance we just die here. You see the bullshit that I'm fucking talking about? And I promise you, if we try to run the same deck, we don't get a turn 2 kill. There's no fucking way. There's no fucking way we draw into a turn 2 kill. I don't think we're reaching Mythic tonight. Even if I had held the cut down, we still lose. We don't get one shot, but we don't win that match. Because if I didn't kill his creature on 1, then on turn 2, he plays the plotted creature. He casts Scale Up. In response to the Scale Up, we try to cut down. In response to the cut down, he uses the other instant, buffs his creature, and now his buffed creature does not die to the cut down. Now it's too big. It's dumb. This might be a very short stream. I thought we had something that could help us climb, and it's just not working. We had some success last night. We're going up against the recursion decks. Now we're just not. All right, our opponent scooped, but they're not playing a real deck anyway. This win means nothing. They're running like 127 cards in their library for some reason. That's just stupid. It's dumb. That's literally 2 decks worth of cards. I don't know what level of consistency you expect to see when you're running double the normal card amount. It's just stupid. If running more cards was better, pro players would do it. But they don't, because it's not better. Makes no sense. All right, if we lose this game, we're gonna try out Merfolk again. In a lot of these matchups, Merfolk would have been better. In fact, in all of these matchups, Merfolk would have been better. Why? Because we're not running up against the Recursion decks. Merfolk was a really bad matchup against Recursion. Against everything else we played, except for the Azorius control, Merfolk would have been fine. I'm gonna play out the Weathered Runestone here on 2. Our opponent's playing a Toxic deck, but you know, I'm too paranoid. Opponent swings their Bilious Skull Dweller. Again, we go up to 2 poison counters. Here. I'm going to go to combat. I'm going to ninjutsu in the Ingenious Infiltrator. Try to get an additional card draw here. Our opponent may have a removal spell. They don't. We connect for 2, we get to draw a card. We draw into another Ingenious Infiltrator. And here, I think we end the turn, and I just hold up this cut down. You cast Prologue to Phyresis. I'm going to cut down one of the Skull Dwellers right now. Dimir Toxic does have a few counter spells in their lists. So I think getting the cut down off there was solid. We're up to 4 poison counters. Gonna go to combat. We connect for 2. We get to draw an additional card. It's a Nezumi Prowler. Here, I think I just go wide. We set up Changeling Outcast. Futurist Operative. And we hardcast Nezumi Prowler here. Does our opponent counter it? He casts Drari Disruption. Unfortunate. I didn't play around that, and I knew he had it. We go up to 5 poison counters. We're already halfway dead. I was going to say, from here, he probably has a lot of proliferate effects. We don't have that much damage on board. I think we lose this game. Drown and Ichor proliferates again. We're up to 7. Ah, fuck. I misplayed. Alright, I gotta go take a dump. I'll be back. We're gonna swap to Merfolk, because this is just stupid. All right, ladies and gentlemen, I am back. Let us see what Merfolk can do today. And if we run up against a recursion deck in the next 3 matches, I'm ending the stream. And probably uninstalling Arena. And, you know, I was going to say going to become a Yu-Gi-Oh player, but that sounds even more miserable. Maybe I'll try out the Pokemon TCG. Maybe I become a Pokemon player. I tried it out a long time ago, several years ago. And I had bought some like Garchomp starter deck. I don't know, I was getting wins. I don't even remember if I played ranked or not though, or if it was just, you know, the casuals. I don't remember hating it, but I don't remember it being that interesting. And you know, despite the massive popularity of the Pokemon TCG, I don't know anyone who fucking plays it. Not seriously, not competitively. I don't know a large group of people who play. I know people who have decks who have tried playing, tried getting me to play. It's just, I don't know. It doesn't seem that interesting. The card art and just, you know, collecting the cards. It's more popular for a reason. All right, so we have one answer to this deck, and we don't have it in our hand. So we're going to try to find it. And hope that we're not just dead next turn. Which is a very real possibility. Actually, a Merfolk Wind Robber would be nice. It might not matter. I feel like these normally get trample anyway, so having the 1/1 blocker probably doesn't matter. Oh, he's a chorus deck. Interesting. Well, we're Merfolk, so we don't deal with flying very well. We also don't find the answer to our decks, our answer to his deck still. Let's go Merfolk Mistbinder, and we'll set up the Wind Robber just in case we can use it as a jump blocker, but I don't think we'll be able to. He probably has a second copy of Ribbled Shanty. I'm sure he'll just have some kind of additional removal spell for the Wind Robber. So that's just going to die. Yeah, the main answer we have for the deck was Flood Pit's Drowner. We could tap down a Slick Shot Show Off and then put a stun counter on it. That would save us an immense amount of damage. And we're just dead here. He has one more pump spell. It's a Soul Scar Mage. We go down to 4. Yeah, there's just nothing we can do. Feels good. Love not being able to do literally anything against my opponent's deck. Woohoo! We connected for 2 damage. We set him down to 12. Also, were we on the fucking draw in this matchup? I don't even know why I passed back to him. I knew he had the flashback card. Yep, we were on the draw. That's awesome. Love that we went second against that. Super cool, super fun, really enjoying playing ranked. I don't know why I did this to myself. I do know why I did this to myself. I thought this would be over 2 days ago. And I could move on and start making budget decks again and being happy. And historic unranked. Strike it rich. He is likely the mono red storm deck. Yep, Ruby Medallion on 2. That's their best card. So it makes sense that he should have it on turn 2. I've seen this deck a decent amount, but I'll be honest, I don't think I'm that worried about it. I've seen their deck fail a lot. It seems surprisingly inconsistent. Swing in for 1, set our opponent to 19. The problem is we're going to need like 3 or 4 turns to kill. Pyroclasm just wiped our board, so that's fucking horrible. There's a Burgie. I guess we try to make the Merfolk Tunnel Guide a 3/3 so that way it doesn't die to Pyroclasm. Rather than making our Merfolk Wind Robber a 2/2. There's another Merfolk Wind Robber. Do I want to draw that next turn? Not especially. Yeah, so I think our best game plan against them really is just hoping that they fizzle. But considering they have a Burgie and a Glimpse the Impossible, plus 3 more cards in hand, this might be one of the guys who gets to pop off with a deck and kill us. There goes Burgie. There goes Manamorphose. Probably goes Glimpse. He's got Ren's Resolve in hand. To 2 more Glimpses and a Manamorphose. I'm just going to scoop up this match. I don't feel like sitting here for the next 5 minutes watching him play Solitaire and seeing if he has the Grape Shot at the end or not. Opponent goes first. Cool. The Mana Confluence is suspicious. I fucking called it. This is a recursion deck. This is a weird recursion deck. This is a recursion deck. This is a graveyard deck. And now that we're not running our graveyard hate deck, we go up against this asshole. Cast Glimpse the Unthinkable twice on himself. He's going to do something to bring back, I don't know, all these enchantments, I guess. Can flash in Drowner. I just have to hope that does something next turn. I feel like there's probably a card that says on ETB, return all your instants or all your enchantments, all your auras or something. What is it? Storm Herald. When this creature enters, return any number of aura cards from your graveyard to the battlefield attached to creatures you control. There it is. There's the Unearth. And in response to that, we're going to flash in the Flood Pitch Drowner to try and tap this down before it gains any kind of like hexproof or something, or a ward. He chooses not to return anything. Second Unearth. Are you fucking kidding me? Three games. 3 games is how long it took for us to hit a recursion deck after going like 12 matches without seeing one. As soon as we swapped off our deck that counters recursion, what do we go up against? Recursion. Is that a coincidence? Not at all. Not for a second do I believe that it is. God. Steam updates too often. I need it to chill. It's every time I open it. All right, anyway, this is Once Upon a Galaxy. Or Once Upon a... Yeah, Once Upon a Galaxy. This is a card game that is actually fun. It is an auto battler card game. Got good artwork. Cards have cool flavor. It's mostly based around fairy tales and whatnot. Let's see, we got Merryweather. Your supports also affect themselves and give an additional +1 attack. Roulette. On turn 9, transform your characters into random legendary characters. That seems fun. Whenever you collect treasure, give characters in your shop +1/+1 for each treasure you've got this turn. I'm not the biggest fan of treasures. We're going to go with Roulette. She seems cool. We'll grab a Rose. Characters in our shop get +1 health, and we'll grab Itsy Bitsy Spider because it's got good stats. And we win our first fight because we're just that good. Let's go Wind Up Toy. And let's go Pix. We change our positioning so that Pix gives the 2 creatures in front of it +2 health. We win another fight. That's dope. We can go Gentle Giant just for its massive stats. Or we go Katamari, which says when I attack, I get +1/+1. We can go What Big Teeth You Have. Give a character +4 attack. Let's put it on. I'm going to put it on like Katamari. I maybe should have put it on Wind Up Toy. We'll see. We'll see. Damn, that Laser Shark really fucked us. That should have been a clean, easy win. Let's see, Princess of Gaia, give a slot +2/+2. Throw it on the Itsy Bitsy Spider. This I will throw onto Pix. And we'll battle again. Clean dub. We're on turn 4. Yes, we're on turn 4. Okay, we can go Silvery Moon, but we don't really care about upgrading our stuff. Not really. Because all of our characters are going to be transformed into random legendaries anyway. However, we do have to make it to turn 9. Oh, that's a loss right there. Nightshade, recruit, buffs from spells, give an additional +2/+2 for the rest of the game. That's good. I'm going to grab Nightshade. I'm a big fan of spells. We can go Lost in the Woods here, get a bonus shop. Blackjack, Treasure Hoard 1. First time I survive damage each if I get a random common treasure. I will take it. I'm still not the biggest fan of treasures, but Blackjack might be good. It invests into our board. He died. Damn. We still need to survive 2 more turns. Which we're going to, but it's not looking great. I'll replace the spider with this. I'll huff and I'll puff. Deal 15 damage to an enemy. If it KOs it, gives your characters +6/+6. All right, we'll select this. It did kill their laser shark, which is huge for us. And we win the fight. Next turn, our whole board transforms. Let's see. We'll just grab another I'll huff and I'll puff. And upgrade the Nightshade if we want. Gives us a new shop. We got Giant Growth. Give a character +14/+14. It's kind of a lot of stats. I'll put it on the Blackjack. We get a secret map because Blackjack survived damage. Survived to turn 12 to get a random legendary treasure. Sick. Okay, we're about to start turn 9. This is when our captain's ability is going to activate. On turn 9, transform your characters into random legendary characters. So let's see what we get. Behemoth. The Kraken. Long John's Silver. Merlin and Nessie. I love Merlin. Merlin says, whenever you cast a spell, give your characters +5/+5. And I told you, I'm a big fan of spells. Behemoth has Treasure Hoard 5. So for each treasure we have, it gets +5/+5. The Kraken has Hunt. Give all 3 front row slots +8/+8. So Hunt is if your character attacks and kills another character, you know, one of your opponent's characters, then Hunt is triggered, right? A Hunt ability triggers when a character attacks and KOs an enemy. So we want to put Kraken first. So that way it has the potential to give +8/+8 to our other 2 guys before they attack or get attacked. Nessie is just a fucking tank. It's just a monster. Oh, you guys can't see that. Let me move my face. Yeah, Kraken has Hunt. Give all 3 front row slots +8/+8. Behemoth, Treasure Hoard 5. Long John's Silver, bronze characters become silver, even me. And that is a recruit bonus. So when you pull them out of the shop, that's when that would trigger. Merlin, whenever you cast a spell, give characters +5/+5. And then Nessie, no ability, just a fucking wall of a creature. So we're going to grab a lightning bolt here. Nice. And Merlin just gave our characters +5/+5. We're going to go 3 bags full. By selecting that, we get another +5/+5. And I'm a big fan of Star Shield. Star Shield, your first slot has +5 health. That for the Kraken will be good. And now we go to combat. Our Kraken successfully hunted, so our first 3 slots got buffed. And we start turn 10. That was a clean, easy dub. In the shop, we've got Hercules. He has Hunt +10/+10, then doubled his buff. Hercules is kind of crazy. Jabberwocky. This has Recruit, Hunt, and Farewell. I get +10/+10. Hunt. A Hunt ability triggers when a character attacks and KOs an enemy. Farewell. Farewell ability triggers when a character is KO'd. And Recruit, it's when you pull it out of the shop. So, let's see. Do I want to replace like Long John's Silver with Hercules or Jabberwocky? I haven't actually used Hercules before. I've just had him clap my cheeks from other opponents. So I'm going to try out Hercules. There's Blackbeard here. I have +5/+5 for each time you've hunted this game. We just recently got Hunt, so it's not doing much for us. We'll go Lost in the Woods, get a bonus shop. Merlin triggers, gives our whole board +5/+5. We go double double, give a slot +5/+5, then double its buff. This slot has +10 already, so we can make Hercules pretty beefy. Hercules is up to a 50/50. It's pretty good. He's up to a 58/59. And he's up to a 68/69. Hilarious. We're going to go 3 bags full. We cast a spell. Merlin buffs our board. Captain's Cutlass. After you lose 2 fights, transform me into a random treasure of your shop's rarity. Our shop's rarity is up here. It is already like legend. I'm going to go ticking time top. I don't expect us to lose 2 matches, but just in case. Here we go. Lost in the Woods, get a bonus shop. Merlin gives our board +5/+5. And now we're going to grab Grow Dough, give a character +8/+8. I'm going to put that on the Kraken, since that is our hunt creature. And it looks like we got a nice clean dub right here. Nice. We start turn 12. I'm surprised there's still other people in this lobby. The KO star. Are you winning? Oh, we are winning. We're not playing Magic anymore, but we're winning. We're taking a little break with Once Upon a Galaxy. The KO star. This is what we just got. Your villains have +20/+20 for each villain you have. I think the only villain we have is the Kraken. Yeah, so you can see down here the creature types. So this is a legendary animal pirate villain. Behemoth's a legendary dragon. Hercules is a legendary hero. Merlin, legendary mage hero. And Nessie is just a legendary animal. From here, we'll go double double, give a slot +5/+5, then double its buff. So I think Hercules' slot still has the biggest buff. Yeah, it has a +46/+46. So we'll make that 51 and then double it. And now Hercules is a 172/173. So that's kind of huge. We'll go all for one, give your characters +5/+5. If you win this fight, give them an additional +5/+5. This will give our whole board +10/+10 because this will trigger Merlin. And I don't see how we lose to Angry Bunny NL. They have a Crab Dragoon, which is a 231/231, which is pretty fucking big. Oh, and that's how we lose. Yeah, the Crab Dragoon kind of wrecked us. Will you get over 200? Maybe. This has Treasure Hoard 6. Farewell. Get 2 random treasures, then give one of your other treasure. Oh, then give one of your other characters Treasure Hoard 2. Wow. Okay. Let's see. There's Frankenstein's Doctor. Your characters have Farewell, give my slot +6/+6. I think I'll pass on that. We'll just take I'll Huff and I'll Puff. We can upgrade Hercules. When you upgrade a character, so you can see this is the silver version of it. If we upgrade Hercules from bronze to silver, then we get an additional shop after this. Or I can choose Lost in the Woods, which gives us a bonus shop. But I'll upgrade Hercules here. And then I don't like this spell. Well, actually, this might not be bad. So True Love's Kiss, I normally don't like to run this because we normally have a decent amount of synergy on our board. Right now, our board is made up of random strong legendaries. They don't have a ton of synergy between them. True Love's Kiss says, transform a character into a random character, 1 rarity higher. Now, all of our board are legendary creatures, but there is, in fact, 1 additional rarity that is above this. So we're going to transform Merlin since he has the lowest amount of stats. We're going to cast True Love's Kiss on Merlin. He is now the secret rare, Dravina the Devourer, 75/76. When you pick a character from the shop, I gain the stats of the 2 you didn't take. That's not really going to help us with this fight, unfortunately. But we did get a secret rare, which is kind of cool. And we are super dying to this Crab Dragoon. We did kill the Dragoon. But our opponent also has a massive Wishing Fish that was at 280. And a two-headed wizard that's at 400. He must have a trillion. Oh my God, yeah. He has a trillion treasures. He has 8 copies of Dropnir. Your slots have +15/+15 each turn. Copy me. That is insane. He has 8 of those. Jesus. And that's just one set of treasures that he had. He still had like so many that I couldn't see them all on the screen. So we got second place. I thought that was fine. Considering that we just got a bunch of random legendaries from our captain, I think that went pretty well. I think we're chilling. Let's play again. We can run it back with roulette if we want. We can also, let's see, this is treasure check. We are Blorg. When you recruit a treasure, your toys gain that character's types. We could go with roulette, or we could click down here and then get a reroll. I'm going to try the reroll. I really enjoy playing roulette, but we don't need to run it twice in a row. Let's see what else we get. All right, we got Dorothy on the reroll. When you complete a quest, keep an extra treasure. I'm not the biggest quest guy. Completing quests gives you treasures. And so maybe this chick would be better. When you discover a treasure, you only get 2 choices, but you get to keep both of them. All right, we'll go with her. Let's see. This quest says I deal 6 damage in a single fight. All Mirage. When you recruit another Fae or animal, give my slot +1/+1. I'm going to try this creature out. I've never used it before. This is a Fae. That's dope. You can see how it kind of highlights the character's border to let us see that that this would trigger this one. So we're going to grab Rose here. Characters in your shop get +1 health. We're going to be pretty weak in the turn 1 fight, but we got a tie. We'll take it. In the event of a tie, you do not lose any of your hearts, not even a half heart, which is great. So that was like best case scenario for us. Here we can recruit Itsy Bitsy Spider. All Mirage will get bigger. Ooh, the Itsy Bitsy Spider upgrade is huge here. We get an additional shop. The Owl Mirage upgrade is huge. We just got 4 shops on turn 2, which is like a lot because you're normally only getting 2. And then from here, we can still recruit like a Puss in Boots or a Laser Shark. It's turn 2. I'm gonna go Puss in Boots. And now our All Mirage is up to a 5/7. For turn 2, that's pretty big. Hell yeah. Yeah, that was a clean ass win. From here, we can go Cowardly Lion. It's too cowardly to attack. Quest, I survive damage 3 times. We can grab this. We still want cards that have quests, so that way we get treasures and get use out of our captain. So we want to put a Cowardly Lion up in the front. It needs to survive damage 3 times, right? So it needs to take some hits. Let's see. We could recruit the Nesting Scrub Fowl. Give your first slot +2 attack. Actually, that's not bad. Let's do that and then move the Cowardly Lion to the front. He's a 10/14. Oh, I didn't realize Almirage said give my slot. I thought it was buffing the creature, not the slot, but it buffs the slot. And that with the Cowardly Lion is huge. Because now our Cowardly Lion was a 10/14 in that match. So that's pretty sick. Here we can grab Thorn. You can recruit a creature without putting it onto your board. So if I take this Thorn and drag it over here, we still get the recruit effect, which says characters in your shop get +1 attack. So I think I want to do that. So I'm going to drag Thorn over here. That triggers Owl Mirage, and it triggers the Thorn recruit ability. Here, I think I'm going to choose Katamari, which says when I attack, I get +1/+1. This triggers Owl Mirage. I'm going to move it to the front. And we'll go from here. Cowardly Lion just survived damage for a 3rd time. His quest is now complete. We're now going to get 2 treasures. And we get to take both of them. We get Merlin's Pointy Hat. Buffs from your spells give an additional +1/+1. Improve this by +1/+1 when you recruit a mage. Nice. And our second treasure is printing press. When you discover an epic treasure, find a second copy of it. Okay, we get to keep both of those. Here we have a wishing fish. Cast 3 spells directly on me to get a bonus shop of golden characters from your starting deck. I'm a big fan of casting spells, and especially with us having the Merlin's pointy hat, this is a good direction to go. We'll take this, replace the nesting scrub fowl. And then, do I want to grab Fairy Godmother? It is a mage, which does have synergy with the hats. Each fight, give your other characters +1/+1. That's good. We'll take this. It's also a Fae, which triggers the Almirage still. So we take this, replace the Itsy Bitsy Spider. And we pass. Or we go into our fight. And it's a super clean dub. We still had 3 creatures on the board. Easy day. Let's see. Gotta love more treasure comboing. You know, I'm not the biggest treasure guy, but you know, this is feeling good. We could recruit a mama bear here, which says each fight give your animal slots +2/+2. And we do have a board of pretty much all animals. So I'm going to take this over Fairy Godmother. All right. 2 blind mice is one of the craziest cards in the game. It says buffs on me are doubled. That does so much more than you would think that it does. We're going to choose this in place of Katamari. So like even just with us having the mama bear out, mama bear says each fight give your animal slots +2/+2. This is going to get +4/+4 going into this fight. So now it's an 11/11. In the future, once we start casting more spells with buffs, we can make our 2 blind mice absolutely insane. And if we upgrade 2 blind mice to gold, it becomes buffs on me are tripled, which is literally disgusting. But like, look at this. Pick a peck of peppers, give a character +5/+5. Can you imagine who we're going to choose to put that buff on? 2 blind mice. It's now 21/21. Giant growth, give a character +12/+12. 2 blind mice is now 45/45. We had it for 1 turn. 49/49 going into this fight. It was like a 7/7 like a turn ago. 2 blind mice upgrade, sick. Let's see, Silvery Moon, turn a bronze character silver and give it +3/+3. I'm going to choose this and use it on the wishing fish. All for 1, give your characters +3/+3. If you win this fight, give them an additional +3/+3. Let's do that. 2 blind mice is now 58/58. It's going to get buffed again by Mama Bear. It's up to a 62/62. Our opponent has a 5/4 on their board. Like, come on. It's disgusting. Why not put mice in first slot? We could, but I like to spread the damage a little bit. This way, Cowardly Lion doesn't just fall out of usefulness. Prince of Gaia, give a slot +4/+4. I would normally put this on the blind mice, but I think it's big enough right now. We still have our wishing fish, which needs us to cast spells directly on it. We need to do that 2 more times. There is a Fenrir here, which I haven't seen before. Hunt Golden, the leftmost character in your next shop. I'm going to go Presence of Gaia, put on the wishing fish. And, oh, okay. I really wanted to use this grow dough, put it on the wishing fish, and then get a golden prize, whatever. We have the upgrade for the 3 blind mice. Buffs on me are tripled. Definitely can't pass that up. Our 3 blind mice is now 105/105, which is disgusting. And we just got 2 more treasures. Gravity Well, each fight, give your characters +1/+1, then improve this by +1/+1. Cool. Gilded Lily, the next epic character you recruit is golden. Cool. That's fine. Let's go into our fight. Our opponent's got some beefy characters. Their Mirror Mage is up to 165, and their Katamari is up to 120. And 3 blind mice still wins us the match. That's crazy, though. That's like, those are like some pretty big buffs. Let's see. Here we have Merlin. Again, I like casting spells, and we do have his hat already. I think I want to take him. I'll take him over either Mama Bear or Cowardly Lion. I think Cowardly Lion. We'll replace him. Move our Wishing Fish to the front. Through the Looking Glass, transform a character into a random bronze character of your shop's rarity. We can get a random bronze legendary. We could finally replace the Almirage if we wanted to, just with a random legendary creature. Let's do that. And we get a Nessie, which is an animal and still synergizes with Mama Bear. But now we have a massive 78 body that goes up to 82. All right, that worked out extremely well. Nessie was a good hit there. Ooh, we are dying though. Ooh, okay. Let's see. Pita? I don't know how to say this name. Treasure Hoard 3, recruit, get a copy of the last treasure you discovered. For us, it's the Gilded Lily. We can grab Crab Dragoon here, which is an animal. I think we take this over the Mama Bear. Crab Dragoon, Treasure Hoard 3. Yes, farewell, get a random treasure, then give one of your other characters Treasure Hoard. So we want this to die, so we want this in the front. Wishing Fish. We're finally going to activate the Wishing Fish. We're going to give it Treasure Hoard 1. That completes its ability, which says, cast 3 spells directly on me to get a bonus shop of golden characters from your starting deck. We have Mysteria, Fenrir, the Huntsman. I don't really want any of these. So we're just going to grab Blessings of Athena, give a slot +3, +11. I'm going to put it on the 3 Blind Mice. 3 Blind Mice is up to 180, 204. Our opponent has a Zeus and a Nanny McFay. He has 2 secret rares. That's pretty terrifying. We couldn't even get through the Zeus. He's at 439. We can go Fires of Ares. Throw it on 3 Blind Mice. All for 1. Give our characters +4/+4. 3 Blind Mice is up to 264. But our opponent has a Big Bad Wolf that's dealing 1100 damage. Jesus Christ. I think we're getting third here. All right, we lost the fight. We died. I think we get third place in the lobby. We did. We got third place. Damn. You see how big that Big Bad Wolf is? 1,142 damage. Our highest was a 3 Blind Mice with 276. That's crazy. Big Bad Wolf says, hunt, gain the stats of the KO'd character. So whoever it kills, it gets to gain their stats. That's nutty. That's nutty. All right, we'll play again. Roulette is back. All right, we're going to play one more with Roulette. And then I'll see if I want to play more Magic. I'll see if we want to go back to the ranked ladder. All right, Hamstar, when my slot is buffed, give it an additional +1/+1. That is cool. Let's go. Mysterious Egg. After 3 turns, I hatch into a random character, 1 rarity higher than your shop. All right, we lose a turn 1 fight. No big deal. Let's go with Thorn. Or actually, what about Peachy Queen? Recruit. Improve the buff from the next Fae you recruit by +1/+1. I'll take Peachy Queen. And now we go Rose. And when we recruit this, characters in our shop get +1/+2. We probably still lose this fight. Yes. But that's all right. It's early game. We're only losing half a heart. Let's see. Presence of Gaia. We can just choose the Minotaur here. It's an 8/6. Our board really could use some stats. Ooh, speaking of stats, we can grab Gentle Giant. It is an 8/9. When you win a fight, you only deal half a heart in damage, but this is huge. We got 2 massive beaters now. So let's see if they can carry us. Oh yeah, they carried. Our Mysterious Egg hatches, and we got Goodie Bag. Farewell, summon a random common character, then give it my stats. Don't love it. I do not love it. Turn a bronze character silver, give it +1/+1. Let's put that on Hamstar. It is now 5/4. We can upgrade Hamstar to a golden character. Comes a 7/7, and when you upgrade a character to gold, you get a treasure. So let's see. We can grab Wand of Anger. When you cast a spell, give your characters +1 attack. Lucky Chest. The next treasure you discover is a rarity higher, or Potion of Treasure Finding. Quests give treasures 1 rarity higher. Let's go with this. We'll go 1 rarity higher. Our front line still has a lot of stats. I think we can win this fight. Oh, we tie. That's fine. Could have been worse. Let's see. We can go Fire Breathing Dragon here. 6/4. It has ranged, which means when it attacks, they don't take damage back. And he has Treasure Hoard 1. We plan to get more treasures, so I think it's a good pickup. I'll take this over Peachy Queen for sure. 3 bags full, discover a common treasure. Perfect. Already adding synergy to the Fire Breathing Dragon. We can go Secret Map, Elven Tools. When you summon a character, give it +5 attack. That synergizes with Goodie Bag. Skeleton Key. The next time you discover a treasure, keep an extra 1. Let's go Skeleton Key. Next time, yeah, so the next treasure we get, it'll be 1 rarity higher because of Potion of Treasure Finding, and then we'll get to grab 2 of them thanks to the Skeleton Key. Should be good. Should be good. And our board is still holding its own. Fire Breathing Dragon for the win. Easy. Let's go with Down Came the Rain. Give all 3 front row slots +1/+1. Rage Mage isn't that bad. 5 mana, 5/5, or 5 mana. He's a 5/5. When you cast a spell directly on a character, give it slot +2/+2. I think I'm going to take this over the Goodie Bag. We could use another big upgrade, though. We tie this fight. That's fine. Papa Bear. Each fight, give your animal slots +4/+4. 10 million Fireflies. Recruit. When you recruit me or another Fae, give all of your Fae everywhere +3/+3. We have no Faes on our board. Ninja and Training. It has Sneak and Ranged. It's probably better than Rage Mage, but we're going to go 3 bags full, discover a common treasure. And here we get to select 2. We can go Star Shield, give our first slot +5, and Twin Shot, give our characters +2. Or Lucky Chest, the next treasure you discover is a rarity higher. Let's grab Lucky Chest and Twin Shot. Let's get some more damage on our board. Shoemaker's Elves or Greed. Give a character Treasure Hoard 1. Let's go Treasure Hoard 1. Upgrade the Treasure Hoard on Fire Breathing Dragon. So now it has Treasure Hoard 2. Oh, we got smoked. We need to survive just 1 more turn, and then our whole board changes into legendary creatures. So let's go big stats, big stats. Scarecrow. It's a lot bigger than Rage Mage. Ember, when we recruit this, we give our characters +1/+1, or we go all for 1, give our characters +1/+1. We win this fight, give them additional +1/+1. It's basically the same. 10 million Fireflies is just a bigger body, though. I think I'll take this over the Hamstar. All we need to do is not die here, but we're getting kind of destroyed. Damn. We die and then still get to see the board that we would have had. We would have gotten a Frankenstein's Doctor, Friar Tuck, Jabberwocky, Captain Hook, and Shadowmancer. Man, what a bummer. 5th place. That's pretty bad. I'm pretty used to being in the top 3. This does have a ranked mode. Or actually, does it have a ranked mode? I don't know if you specifically have to choose ranked or not. Let's see. Oh, yeah. So, I guess there isn't a separate ladder, but you can rank up in this game. And I've climbed to the top rank before. Right now we're bronze 2 and we have 0 jewels out of 3. I don't remember how high it goes, but I have reached the top rank in this before. All right, let's quit to desktop. Let's take a look at Magic. You know what? While this loads, I'm gonna go take my dogs out to go potty real quick. All right, I'm back with a slice of pizza too. You said you played a game of Magic today with your brothers. Won by the skin of my teeth. We're playing Commander. All right, let's go to our decks. Fuck it, dude. Let's throw together a mono red deck. I should have grabbed this pizza with my left hand. That way I could use my mouse. Slice of pizza from Pizza Hut. Let's see, who else? I'm a big fan of Clockwork Percussionist. Add that. It is indeed good. Let's go. Fanatical Firebrand. Not Lava Runner. Grim Initiate. Rabbit Battery, maybe. Reinforced Ronin's kind of cool. Epicure isn't bad. Let's go Power 2 and Haste. I might just run the Reinforced Ronin. Felden's not bad. Felden's probably better than Hired Claw. We don't really have Lizard synergy. Felden gives us more gas. Dane's Recruiter is sick, but it's up at 3 mana. Yeah, fuck it. Full playset of Felden. Oh, not you. Full playset of Reinforced Ronin. 5 styles. We have 24 mountains. It's definitely too many for this much aggro. Let's go with... tokens. Ace. There's a 2-drop sorcery, I think. Something at like Hornburg. Oh, Rally at the Hornburg. Yeah, 1 in a red, sorcery, create 2, 1/1 white human soldier creature tokens. Humans you control gain haste until end of turn. That's a good one. All right, we're gonna try mono red. I'm gonna finish my pizza real quick. Wash my hands. All right. I need to move my face back into this corner. And let's see what mono red can do. See if we can finally get out of diamond so I can stop playing ranked. Said metal bending top is my favorite card because earth bending is OP. Air bending can be used. Can be too if used well with combos. It's my favorite magic card. This is a very good question. I'm gonna pull up my Untapped, check out all of the decks I've been playing recently, see if one comes to mind. Oh, that's a lot of land for this deck. Let's see. Let's have the Grim Initiates. Oh, Cavalcade of Calamity here. Swing in. Deal 2 damage to our opponent. Favorite card, huh? I'm not really sure, but my favorite color is white, so it's probably some white card. Voice of Victory, that's real bad. Swing out here. Set our opponent to 14. They're going to swing Voice of Victory back at us, and I don't think there's much we can do about that. I think we have already fallen behind on board. Sheltered by Ghost, we definitely lose. I don't know. I'd have to look at the white cards. Game 1 with mono red aggro, not working well at all. Let's see, let's play the Reinforced Ronin. Natural Firebrand. Honestly, it's probably some kind of removal spell. Spirited Companion's pretty good. 2 mana 1/1 on ETB, you just draw a card. Ossification, that's a really good white card. I run it in a lot of decks. No, it's got to be a creature though, right? Whose favorite card is a removal spell? Hey, speaking of Ossification, there it is. He's going to exile our Feldon, and we just concede here. All right, so that did not work out even a little bit. Man, what if I just run my daily red deck? Let me see how good my daily one feels. That one we got absolutely stomped. Rakdos Burn is hilarious, but I don't think it'll work well. I think it's too slow. Delete this. Definitely delete Merfolk 2. Let's go. Where are you? Let's go Daily Red. Let's clone this. Avatar's Wrath is a great card if the game's taking too long and you have a lot of mana. I don't know what that card does. I'll look it up. Let's see. Avatar's Wrath, 2 and 2 blue for a sorcery. Choose up to 1 target creature, then airbend all other creatures. Until your next turn, your opponents can't cast spells from anywhere other than their hands. Exile Avatar's Wrath. That is an awesome kind of board wipe. I love that card. That card has incredible... It just has an incredible design. I'm not familiar with that card. I never run board wipes in my decks. Mostly because every single good one is a rare or higher, and I'm not going to waste my rare slots on a deck for board wipes. It's just boring. But that one's awesome. That is super cool. I'm a big fan of it. I like that it's not just a hard wipe. Everything's gone just like that. Yeah, that is a great card. We think it's recursion. That's not recursion. That card seems dumb. All right, here, I think I just set up Runaway Steamkin. Hope our opponent doesn't kill us next turn, and then hope we can pop off after that. Emery. Hate that card. Oh. He's just another one of these intensity decks. This Drake's Interlacer. It's a card that I've been seeing a lot on this ladder. Whenever another artifact you control enters, this artifact intensifies. You can tap sack this artifact, draw X cards where X is half this artifact's intensity rounded down. And Capo Cannoneer is also... This is a cool card, and normally I would respect our opponent for running it. But right now it just annoys me. Have I ever run an Earthbending deck? I have not. I don't play Standard. And everyone is already running that stupid Cub card. So I saw no point. Plus, Earthbending decks run a lot more rares too. They want to run like Earthbender's Ascension or whatever it is. I'm pretty sure that's also a rare card. Nah. There's no interest in it for me. I'm going to go Voldaren Epicure here. When this enters, it'll deal 1 damage to our opponent. We can cast Light Up the Stage. When we cast Light Up the Stage, Runaway Steamkin will be up to 3 counters. We can then remove the 3 counters on Runaway Steamkin to get 3 floating red mana. So hopefully we can continue casting spells. We can play a land for turn out of exile. We can spend all of our mana here to go... Could go with Big Score, but if Big Score misses, it's really bad. Let's pop these 3 counters, cast Reckless Impulse instead. We hit a Kumano faces Kakazan. We can cast this. Runaway Steamkin gets another counter. He's back up to 2. We can then play with fire his Emery. Runaway Steamkin goes back up to 4 counters. What's crazy is that this is like, oh, we're popping off a lot here. We just cast like a ton of mana worth of stuff on turn 3. We're going to pop the counters on Runaway Steamkin again. We're going to discard the Big Score and hope we draw into more gas. But our opponent's pop off was just so much better than ours that we're not going to win. And we hit a land. And we concede. Awesome. Super fun, super cool, super enjoyable. Yeah. Are you talking about for Brawl or Commander? Let's see, which top did you say? See, Just Metal Toff is a great card because you can keep using landfall effects and artifact sacking and bring back. I assume you mean, yeah, Toff, the first metal bender, 4 mana, 3/3, non-token artifacts you control our lands in addition to their other types. Then we have your end step, Earthbend 2. We're going first, Orbiting Hand, Leyline of Abundance. Let's start with Kumano. Yeah, I don't really play Commander. Haven't really played it recently or in a long time. I just haven't been going to local card shops to play. We connect for 2 with Monastery Swift Spear. We get to light up the stage here. And that is going to end our turn. Playing against mono green elves. You get the Etchings of Kumano. We can go Chandra Dress to kill here. Swift Spear gets bigger. We can +1 the Chandra, deal 1 damage to our opponent, and then that will allow us, and we get a floating red, which allows us to cast Light Up the Stage for its spectacle cost. Swift Spear is up to a 4/5. We can swing with our Etchings of Kumano as well. Opponent takes 6. They go down to 10. And they're going to have a lot of mana here with Priest of Titania. This will be close. Elvish Archdruid, not that close. Elvish Warmaster is fine. He still has 2 more mana though. He just destroyed our Kumano. Go fetch a mountain. Fair. The only way I get to play Commander is if my brother comes over because there ain't any card shops near us. That is a bummer. I've got like at least 2 or 3 that are within driving distance. But I just don't go. I used to. There was a card shop. I moved a couple months ago. But before that, there was a card shop that I was going to like a lot. I was going there like 2 or 3 times a week. I would say 2 days a week. On Tuesdays and Saturdays were the big Commander days that people would go and play. Here, we're going to +1 Chandra, deal 1. You get to cast, light up the stage for spectacle cost. And it was a lot of fun. Let's see. Here we go. Reckless Impulse. We're looking for burn. We're not drawing into any of our burn. There's a play with fire. I could just play out second Chandra. We keep the new Chandra. We now +1 this one. Deal 1 more damage to our opponent's face. We get to cast the play with fire. I could send it face or kill the Elvish Archdruid or the Priest of Titania. Or I'll kill the Priest, I guess. I probably should have killed Elvish Archdruid. But he's not going to want to chump block with that. If he chump blocks with Elvish Warmaster, that's fine with us. Okay, we're in a good spot. How many Commander decks do you have? Allosaurus Shepherd kills our Chandra. Our opponent's at 8. We should be able to win this game. Let's go. Big score. Discard. Ramanapa Ruins. Draw 2. Now let's go Reckless Impulse. Skewer the critics enough. We go play with fire, kill the Land of War Elves. Monastery Swift Spear goes up to 5. And then this is lethal. Swinging for 5. That sets up the spectacle cost for our Skewer the Critics. We use our last treasure. And we kill. Wow, that was an extremely long game for what is normally 2 pretty fast decks. Our mono red deck is usually decently fast. And green, mono green elves, they try to explode onto the board really quickly too. But that took a while. I'm newish to only 1 and another in the making. Nice, nice. Well, we got a victory. It was a close victory. But we got there. Yeah, I used to have, honestly, entirely too many Commander decks. I don't even know how many I had, but that's how you know it was too many. Because I like buying precons. And what rank are we? We are Diamond 4 right now. I like buying Commander precons and then not upgrading them, just leaving them as they are out of the box. But there, I bought a few sets of precons. All of the original Strixhaven ones, I had all those 4. I had all of the Warhammer ones. That's another 4. So that's 9 right there. It's another set that I had. I had at least 1 secret lair. That's up to 10. I At least one from Kamigawa. I had the Azorius vehicle deck at least. That's 11. I don't know. I can think of 11 off the top of my head, and those are just the precons. Those aren't even including the decks that I built myself too. We swing in, we set our opponents at 13. Man, I definitely had more though. Trying to think about what deck boxes I had and what would be in them. I'm just gonna Google Commander precons. Let's see. For this turn, we'll play Reckless Impulse. We're only allowed to cast one spell per turn because our opponent has a High Noon out, which is a stupid card. Let's see, what else? What other precons? Swing in, set our opponent to 8. I feel like there's got to be at least one more cycle of precons that I had. But I'm not seeing any. Oh, there we go. Modern Horizons 3. I think they had 4 Commander precons. Yes, that's the one. I could picture the Boulder deck box that I had for them, but I could not remember what deck was in there. So that's another 4 more decks. So that's at least 15 precons that I had. And I probably had a few more just random ones. Our opponent's going to cast Aang. They're going to airbend. Man, I'm tired of playing against this deck too. I don't know what we can play that gets through recursion and gets through control and gets through aggro. Like, what the fuck are we supposed to play to get through any of this stuff? You said you love the Avatar set, so I've been trying to get just an Avatar deck, but it's also an expensive set that aren't really in stock near us. Do you buy your cards online? Because you definitely should be. You should definitely be using the site TCG Player to buy your cards from. There's a couple other sites that you can get cards from. I've always used TCG Player. I haven't really had any problems that I remember with them. So once you make your deck list, you can paste the deck list into TCG Player, and it will then fill your cart with every card that you need. You can choose to have it all delivered in one single package. And then, yeah, one day your whole deck just shows up in the mail, and it's pretty nice. We killed his turn 1 Soul Warden. He has a turn 2 Soul Warden. That makes me sad and annoyed. We'll play a Runaway Steamkin here. Our opponent's going to gain a life. They go up to 21. Plays an Ajani's Pridemate. It's up to a 3/3. I don't think there's any way for me to kill this now. Oh, I'm going to concede. I hate mono white life gain so much. I really do. I really, really, really do. All right, well, we haven't seen recursion in a while. Let's give Merfolk another try. Yeah, a while back though, I had to sell my collection because I was broke. I needed money. I needed money for the business that I had opened. And I sold my 500 most expensive cards. And that got me about $2 grand. And at that point, the rest of my collection was bulk. And then, like I said, I moved. So the rest of it was just bulk garbage. Nothing valued more than like probably 25 cents. So I just threw it all away. Boop. Clean sweep with my move. Again, I'd already torn apart all of my precons. Took all the best, most expensive cards out of everything. There's no point in keeping what I had. So got rid of everything, and right now I am slowly rebuilding. I restarted my commander collection with the new Strixhaven precons because of how much I loved the original ones. I have not played them yet, have not tried them yet, because I'm waiting on a really specific set of card sleeves that I pre-ordered to be released. They're supposed to come out sometime this month or sometime in the summer. They are Dragon Shield. What's the title? Something Guild sleeves. Guild Pact sleeves. And they're supposed to be rolling out sometime this month. But I pre-ordered them on a site, and they are very cool. They are dual-sided sleeves. You got one for each color combination. Really excited to get these, and I'm going to put these onto the decks that I have. Yeah, look at that. Because the 5 Strixhaven precons, I mean, that's 5 of the guild colors already, right? There's Simic, the Orzhov one, and 3 others. So yeah, as soon as I get my order of these sleeves, because I bought one of each, as soon as I get these in the mail, I will then sleeve up my decks, and then from there I'll probably start looking into going to the local card shop and playing. Fuck off, opponent. Motherfucker hits me with a surgical extraction, makes me discard more cards, and he's acting like he's bored. If you want me to play Magic against you, let me keep some fucking cards in my hand so I can play Magic. Douchebag. Oh my god. You know, I might have to give up. I don't think I care about... Well, I know I definitely don't care about hitting Mythic. But man, nothing we play is getting through this meta. Nothing on a budget we play is getting through this meta. And it's super not fun. It's not fun for me to sit here and just lose constantly. It's not fun for you guys to sit here and watch me lose constantly. Like, that match wasn't fun. That wasn't enjoyable. And we're not doing anything different with our deck. Even if our deck wins, like, we've seen it already. We've played like 200 games of Merfolk. Let's see. 125, 129, 130, 137. 137 plus another 41 plus another 32. I've played 210 games of this Merfolk deck, or variations of it. That's a lot of fucking Merfolk, man. I am tired of playing this game. I get bored playing a deck after I get like 5 wins with it. I'm like, cool, the deck works. I know how it functions. Let's move on. Let's do something new. There's so many thousands of cards on Magic, or in Magic. Like, why would I want to keep playing the same one over and over and over and over? When I can just make something new, something different, something interesting that no one else is doing. Like, I was really excited about this deck. Bant Merfolk. No one's running Bant Merfolk anywhere. So this deck was cool. But now, you know, 200 games later, I'm a little bit tired of it. Here we'll swing out both of these. Our opponent is Bramble Familiar. Pay 7, mill 7 cards, then put a creature, enchantment, or land card from among the milled cards onto the battlefield. He's looking at our lands, which I don't like. Okay, he just made a copy of a land. That's fine. We'll try to swing out for big damage here. There's a chance we hit lethal. That'd be cool. We get to drop 2 lords here. And we had exactly lethal on board. Woohoo! We won. Good job, merfolk. Let's see. At a minimum, even if we went on an undefeated streak from here, we're in Diamond 4. It's another 5, 18, 23 games. We would have to win the next 23 matches in a row at a minimum to hit Mythic. 23 more games. That is a lot. That's assuming we take 0 losses. And I've never gone on a win streak that was longer than I think 18. I think 18 is the most I've ever done. Maybe it was 19. I had a YouTube video with it from a very, very, very long time ago. It was one of my earliest videos. But I know I have it in either the thumbnail or the title. So I can quickly go check. Oh, it was 17. I was hyping myself up a little too much. Went on a 17-game win streak with a Dimir deck using Sheoldred the Apocalypse and the card Commit to Memory. And that was 3 years ago. 17-game win streak. I got close recently. I went on like a 13 or 14-game win streak. Turn 1, Authority of the Consuls. Hate that card. It is entirely too strong for 1 mana. This should be a 3 mana card. It should be. And also they should not have reprinted it into standard legality. Jesus Christ. Triple Authority of the Consuls in his opening hand. If I play Silvergill Mentor right here, he gains 6 fucking life for doing nothing. And how do I play around this? Just stop playing the game. Don't play any creatures. Don't cast anything. And that's why this card is stupid. The only way to play around it is to stop playing cards. And people might say, oh, you can run enchantment removal. Enchantment removal is not good in best of 1. It isn't. They can say, oh, you could be running more instant and sorcery cards. I don't want to. I don't want to play an Azorius control deck to counter an Authority of the Consuls. I don't like decks that don't have creatures. Creatures are the most prevalent card type in all of Magic, and it's not even close. You could take every other card type, the amount of each, combine it all together, and there are still less of them than there are creatures in Magic. Which means if you're not playing creatures in your deck, like, what are you even doing? There's like 30,000 cards in Magic, and like 16,000 of them are creatures. Now, these numbers might be a little bit outdated. Well, let's see. Let's take a look. Let's go to Scryfall. Just real quick. Advanced search. If we just say search with these options and no filters at all selected, we see every card in Magic. It's 31,771. So 31,000. Let me go back. And now let's go creature. Oh, it's more. It's 17,566. Yeah, over half. Over half of all the cards in Magic, which means that if you take every other card type, instant, sorcery, enchantment, lands too, combine everything together, everything else, all the weird smaller ones, battles, and stuff like that, all of it together still doesn't equate to the number of creatures in this game. It means if you're running a deck with no creatures, it's like, what are you doing? Yeah, anywho, let's take a look at our untapped stats. See how many ranked games we've played in the past 3 days. 300. Just shy of 300. We have a 50% win rate. Or 146 and 145. So that's what, 291? We're 9 games away from 300 matches in the past 3 days. And I stopped my first stream at match number 200. Played 200 games in a row before stopping my stream. And we still can't get out of, well, now Diamond. When it starts with the Dragon's Rage Channeler, this is a really cool land. Tap, add red or a green. Each opponent gains 1 life. That is an incredibly cool card. Let's go Merfolk Tunnel Guide here. Swing in 1 in the air with Merfolk Wind Robber. Opponent mills a card. Oh, God. And they mill a Ruby Medallion. They are likely a mono red Storm deck. I don't know why they have green in their deck, though. Wish, yep, they're mono red Storm. Another deck that we've seen a fuck ton of. Swing in with our 2/3/3s. I really don't know why they're running this, though. I don't know why he has a splash of green in his deck. These could just be mountains. He shocks in the stomping ground. Let's see what he's doing with the green. See, he's running Manamorphose, which does have green, but it's a hybrid. It's a hybrid mana symbol. You don't have to actually have green in your deck to utilize Manamorphose. You can just be pure red, have just mountains in your mana base. So it looks like not only is this opponent running, oh, see, there's a Goblin and Archomancer. I was going to say that he might be running this, but I don't think it's necessary. We were running Goblin Electromancer, which is the same as this card, but for red or blue, when we tried to throw together a Storm deck. But like,
another job.
You don't need him. There's Pyretic Ritual. Opponent takes a damage, they go down to 10. Gonna be able to recast his whole graveyard. Essentially. Well, he's got 2 mana. No, he's got more than 2 mana. He has a Pyretic Ritual in his graveyard. Probably just gonna lose to Mono Red Storm. He's playing Storm of Memories. This is a little bit different. I haven't seen anyone use this card. I've seen people run Grape Shot. I've seen people run, I think, Scion of Dragons, something like that. It has Storm and make, I think, 5/5 dragon tokens with flying. But, I mean, this isn't his win con, though. We saw his win con. It's Wish. And I still don't know what people grab with Wish yet. But it says you may play a card you own from outside the game this turn, which means he has something in his sideboard that once he casts Wish, he'll be able to grab something out of his sideboard and cast that. That could be where the Grape Shot is. He could just keep it in his sideboard. That way it doesn't take up space during his, it doesn't take up space in his main library. See, why would I want to sit here and play against this for the next 5 minutes while he tries to figure out his combo and storm off and then kill us with a Grape Shot once he gets a storm count up to 20? Like, this isn't fun for me. There's nothing I can do here. He's assembled all of his combo pieces. He's got his cost reduction going. He's found a bunch of Jessica's wills. Like, this isn't fun. Why would I want to sit here and keep doing this? And guess what? This is one of like maybe 10 decks that we're seeing up here right now. If that is maybe like 6, maybe 8 decks that we keep seeing up here. There's just nothing we can do against them. All right, we're on the play. Got turn 1, Triton Shorestalker. Opponent shocks in a Watery Grave. They're gonna Thought Seize us immediately on turn 1. Feels awesome. I love having to discard cards from my hand. Super fun. We're gonna go with Merfolk Tunnel Guide here. Swinging for 1, we set our opponent to 15. Baleful Strix. Seen this deck too. Let's see. Let's go Flood Pits Drowner. We get to tap down the Strix. Which is good because it has Death Touch. Swing in, we set our opponent down to 11. Plays a Prismatic Vista, he goes down to 11. Plays another Baleful Strix. Plays a Tamiyo.
I've read nearly the entire library.
Let's set up... What do I set up? Silvergill Mentor. Try to get our 2 more boons from Merfolk Tunnel Guide. Miscloaked Herald. We can get rid of that. We can play Deep Channel Duelist here. Our board is 3 3s. Swing in. He can block 1 of them with a Baleful Strix. He blocks 1 with Tamiyo. Tamiyo dies, so we'd be cool with that. He has to take at least 3 damage here, thanks to the Triton Shorestalker. Opponent goes down to 5. And we get to untap a creature. Just untap our Shorestalker. He's going to play Ponder. Going to play a Barrowgoyf. And we have lethal. We play out Deep Channel Duelist, Merfolk Mistbinder. We can swing 5 unblockable. Game. All right, on to the next one. Man, ranked sucks ass, dude. You know, damn it. No, I was gonna say, you know, we're, oh my, are you guys seeing what I'm seeing? Look at that top left corner. Let me know what you see right there. Do you see that mythic symbol with the number 27 under it? We are in Diamond 4. We have only a 50% win rate. We're playing against a dude who's ranked number 27 on the ladder. And he's playing cheese. He's playing cheese. He's running... Where is it? Man, he's running the Prowess deck. He's running the Scamp, Slick Shot Show Off. He's running the cards like Scale Up, and he's going to try to kill us on turn 2. And we have no interaction in this deck. I can set up Merfolk Windrobber maybe as a blocker. Maybe turn 3 he's going to try to kill us. But he's going to try to OTK us on turn 3. And yeah, for some reason, we're going up against a number fucking 27 player. Heartfire Hero. Yeah. This is the cheese. Reckless Charge. And block here. And then he'll have like the Fling, Thud, Callous, Sellsword or something like that. Another... Whichever one has the adventure, you pay 1 red and you get to essentially fling your creature. We can pass. We can try to hold up Flood Pit's Drowner to flash us in after he pumps his creature. We flash in Drowner. Say no blocks. We take 2 damage. That's fine. Play Triton Shorestalker. And we pass. And we're going to do the same thing that we just did. Oh, see. Royal Treatment. Target creature you control gains hexproof its own turn. Create a royal roll token attached to that creature. It's fine. Except that this now has Ward 1. That is no longer fine. Yeah, even our ninja deck wouldn't have gotten around this. We would have had to have double cut down in our opening hand to get through this. He's going to cast Berserk. This is the spell that everyone's been running. It's probably why this deck became popular again. 1 green for an instant. Cast a spell only before a combat damage step. Target creature gains trample and gets +X+0 until end of turn, where X is its power. At the beginning of the next end step, destroy that creature if it attacked this turn. And so putting that on something like Cacophony Scamp that says when it dies, deal damage equal to its power is just insane. Targets the Heartfire Hero. We're going to take 7-8 damage here. Oh, and then Heartfire Hero has the same ability. Now he gets to sack off both his creatures here, deal 9 more damage, and we just die. It's stupid. This is so stupid. There was nothing, not a single fucking thing that we could have done to change the outcome of that match. Nothing at all. That deck is cheese. It's garbage. It's cheese. I hope that dude doesn't move up in rank at all from beating us. He doesn't deserve to move up in rank for beating us. He shouldn't have been up against us at all. This opponent's running the same fucking deck. I would bet money this is the exact same deck. I don't think this is the Storm deck that we just went against. That was also Gruul. Let's go Merfolk Tunnel Guide, I guess. It's not gonna matter. Finale of Devastation. Alright, I might be wrong. Casting Finale of Devastation for X equals 1? I have no idea what he's tutoring. A Birds of Paradise? I don't know what this guy's running. Could be anything. We're gonna set up a Silvergill Mentor. Try to make Mistcloaked Herald bigger. Get it. Play Merfolk Wind Robber here. Make this 3/3. Swing in for 5. We set our opponent down to 14. Like, look at our board. This is a great looking board for turn 3. And it's crazy how many decks that we're still losing to. Teamer Battle Crier. During your turn, spells you cast cost 1 less to cast for each creature you control with power 4 or greater. Can we get lethal here? I tap down his blocker, maybe. Let's try for it. Tap down the Battle Crier. Play out a Lord. Swing out. Lethal. We got turn 4 lethal. And that's too slow for this meta. It's crazy, man. It's crazy. All right. There's another victory. I don't think we've made any progression. It's another victory. Dude, on the play, we have a 75% win rate. But on the draw, we have a 43% win rate. It's like 2 bad coin flips in a row. Well, one is a coin flip. If we go second, we essentially have a 0% chance of winning. And if we go first, it's still only like 2 out of 3. Opponent's going first, so we lose this game. And we have to mulligan down to 5 cards because our opening hand was garbage. So that's fun. It's starting off double disadvantage. Turn 1, Greedy Freebooter. Merfolk. Triton Shorestalker, pass. Culling the Weak. He's going to OTK us on turn 2. He plays the 4-drop creature. I don't remember his fucking name. No, let's Beseech the Mirror. There, that's it. It's the Spy. We're getting OTK'd on turn 2. There's nothing we can do about this. There's not a single fucking thing we could do about this. Even if we were playing our ninja deck and had a cut down on turn 1, I'm not going to cut down a Greedy Freebooter, more than likely. Look at this garbage. I've built this deck. Do you know how often I got the turn 2 kill? It took me like 10 games to have it happen once. He goes Group Project, brings back Arclight Phoenix. He has to swing 12 of these at us. And we die on turn 2. How do you beat that kind of cheese? We can't. We can't do it. I think I deleted that deck. It's like I said, I was never lucky enough to get the fucking turn 2 kill. Which I have it here. I have it in regular play. Where's the shit? It was like a week or 2 ago. Is this it? Yeah, this is it. It took 7 games. I went 1-6 with that deck. Oh, look right there. Culling the Weak. which you use to go into Balustrade Spy, which says when this enters, let me see. Target player reveals cards from the top of their library until they reveal a land card, then puts those cards into their graveyard. So you don't run any lands in the deck. You run 0 lands, except for MDFC lands, which are lands on one side and a creature, some kind of spell on the other side. When these cards are in your library, they only count as the spell side. So when Balustrade Spy checks your library, searching for a land, it finds 0 lands. You then reveal essentially your whole library. You put the whole thing into your graveyard. That triggers 4 copies of Creeping Chill, which says when this is put into your graveyard from your library, you may exile it. If you do, this deals 3 damage to each opponent. You gain 3 life. So you get to deal 12 to your opponent, gain 12. And then you use Group Project. Well, no, then you get Narcomoebas. These say if they get put into your graveyard from your library, you put it onto the battlefield. So these come out onto your battlefield for free. You then get to cast Group Project for free because this card is now in your graveyard and it has flashback. Instead of paying mana for the flashback, you just have to tap 3 untapped creatures you control. While you have the free Narcomoebas that you can tap down. You're able to cast Group Project. You create a 2/2 red and white spirit creature token. This plus your 1 remaining Narcomoeba plus your Balustrade Spy allows you to cast Group Project a second time. You create another 2/2. This is now the 3rd spell that you have cast, the 3rd instant or sorcery, which then brings back your 4 copies of Arclight Phoenix from your graveyard, because these say at the beginning of combat on your turn, if you've cast 3 or more instant or sorcery spells this turn, return Arclight Phoenix from your graveyard to the battlefield. They are 3/2s with flying and haste. You get to swing in 12 damage in the air. And how much damage did you do with the Creeping Chills? 12. So you get to kill your opponents, deal 24 damage, all as soon as turn 2. Or I think in theory, turn 1. Yeah, in theory, turn 1, if you have like an Ornithopter, and then you go Culling the Weak into Balustrade Spy, exile your whole graveyard, and then do everything. So much fucking cheese. And we're losing to it in Diamond ranked. All this cheese is making me want to play MTG Arena casual. I love playing casual. I do. When I run into this cheese on casual, it's fine. It's whatever. We move on. But on ranked, it's ridiculous. We got turn 2 OTK'd. There is not a thing we could have done about it. And so now the win that we got from the previous game with Merfolk doesn't matter. Our progression just got reset again. And then there's the other Gruul deck with the sacrifice creatures. That pretty much wins on turn 3. Like, it's so much garbage on ladder right now. There was all the recursion decks that were super popular yesterday and apparently disappeared today. All of those were winning essentially on turn 2, because turn 1, you throw an Atraxa into your graveyard or Mikey and Wrath into the graveyard, recur it on turn 2, and then you just win the game. Like, it's ridiculous. I don't think there's any budget deck that I've ever built that can like consistently win on like turn 2 or 3. We can search. We can see if I have anything in Moxfield from a long time ago. But I don't think so, man. We got a bunch of cool decks, but I don't think anything that wins consistently on turn 3. Plenty of OTKs. I mean, Azorius Bogles is pretty good. We saw someone running Light Paws. What does my Light Paws deck look like? Slow for sure. Like there's a chance that maybe Light Paws can win on turn 3. Oh, there is that other cheese deck too that is similar to Light Paws, running the red creature. Enters, aura, attach. Storm Herald. 2 in a red, 3/2 human shaman with haste. When it enters the battlefield, return any number of aura cards from your graveyard to the battlefield attached to creatures you control. Exile those auras at the beginning of your next end step. If those auras would leave the battlefield, exile them instead of putting them anywhere else. I don't remember what card people are running to fill their graveyard, but we can find an opponent that killed us with a Storm Herald. So like we could go a Voltron build with either Light Paws or Storm Herald. But I think the way people are filling their graveyard with this, they're probably running blue. Probably running the Surveil 3 card, whose name I can't remember, even though I've seen it get played like a dozen times. Let's see. The one with flashback, Otherworldly Gaze. I wonder if people are filling their graveyard using this with the Storm Herald. 1 blue, Surveil 3, and then flashback for 1 in a blue. There was probably more cheese. A cheesier way, even. Storm Herald deck, MTG. Top Pioneer Storm Herald decks. There's this one, and there's a Storm Herald combo deck by MTG Goldfish. Let's see what this one is. Merfolk Secret Keeper and Ledger Shredder, Satyr Wayfinder. This deck is entirely too slow, but it is using Otherworldly Gaze and Merfolk Secret Keeper essentially as ways to make you self-mill. Reverse the Ulvenwald, Gather the Pack, Fable, Burning Anger, Colossification. That's fucking hilarious. Colossification cheese would be really, really funny. But we need a way to give our creature... Oh, the Burning Anger is actually cool. But that's a commander card. We probably don't have it. We would need a way to give our guy Trample. Which I'm not seeing in his deck. What about your list? Got Boros. Let's see. Boros Storm Herald. Let's check out one of these. Fear of Missing Out. Guardian of New Benalia. Joshua Phoenix's Dominant. This is a super heavy. This is a super heavy deck in terms of rarity. This is like super not budget at all. Classification is a rare. That card shouldn't be. So yeah, I don't think we'd even be able to run this. Yeah, we couldn't. If Storm Herald are the 4 rares that we're running. I'm not sure what else we run. Okay. Let's see. All right, fuck all this. I'm going to copy my Azorius Bogles deck, which I honestly think I may still have built in here. Azorius Bogles. Azorius Bogles. Okay, I still have one in here. Let's duplicate this. Now my deck list on Moxfield only had 3 copies of Light Paws. So let me see what my 4th rare is. Oh, no. This one has all 4 copies of Light Paws. I don't know why my Moxfield one is wrong then and has 3. Is this just missing a card? Where's the number of cards in my deck? 60 main card decks. Where the fuck is my other rare? Why does it say 3 Light Paws? Now it says main deck 61. What the hell? Let's see, creatures. Invisible Stalker 4. Light Paws 4. Cyber Cryptomancer 4. Heliod's Pilgrim. This has 2, and for some reason this deck list had 3 of them. And that was what was wrong with the deck. We've got 1 Arcane Flight, 1 Aether Tunnel, 4 Staggering Insight, 2 Cartouche of Solidarity, 4 All That Glitters, 4 Ethereal Armor, 2 Sentinel's Eyes, a 1 of Shard Mage's Rescue. This one does not have this card. 3 Ossification, 2 Cartouche of Knowledge. This only has 1 Cartouche, and then 1 Starlit Mantle. Okay, this deck needs some tweaking. Aura, Exile. We need Sheltered by Ghosts for sure, because this card is nuts. Yeah, if we're running Sheltered by Ghosts, we can probably just cut the ossifications. Let's go 3 copies, Sheltered by Ghosts. All right, let's give this a shot. I'm not sure how many turns we need to kill with this deck, though. We probably need 3 or 4. Even if we play Light Paws on 2, I think we need 4 turns to kill, and that might just be too slow for the meta still. All right, game number 1. We're going second, and our opening hand is unusable. It's fucking awesome. We mulligan down to 6, so we get to start at a double disadvantage going into this game. Feels awesome. Turn 1, Prismatic Vista from our opponent. They're playing Mono White Life Gain, and for some reason have Prismatic Vista in their deck. Realistically, that means they're running a second color. But they could also be a cheese deck. They went with Swamp, so they're not the deck I thought they were going to be. I thought they were going to be the infinite combo deck that's in red, white, and green. Play Cyber Cryptomancer here. Juggernaut Peddler. 2 mana, 2/2 with Vigilance. When this creature enters, target player reveals all non-land cards in their hand. You may choose one of those cards. If you do, that player exiles it and conjures a card named Juggernaut into their hand. So happy. Anyway. Let's go Aether Tunnel. Give our creature +1/+0. Can't be blocked. We go Cartouche of Solidarity. Give our creature +1/+1 and First Strike. And we say no attacks. Our opponent's playing a weird deck. It doesn't appear to be cheese. It's just weird. Staggering Insight is good. Enchanted creature gets +1/+1, has lifelink, and whenever this creature deals combat damage to a player, draw a card. So now we're going to start swinging. We're going to start gaining life and drawing additional cards. Unless our opponent has removal here. They can maybe destroy. They're going to use Fragment Reality. Hexproof. Backup. We're gonna fragment reality, get rid of what? Staggering insight. Opponent takes 3. Just gonna play this Cyber Cryptomancer. Top deck a land, which is absolutely garbage. Finally, we hit a Sheltered by Ghosts. Exile the Guide of Souls. Deafening Silence. Each player can't cast more than one non-creature spell each turn. Invisible Stalker. Combat, swing 4. Set our opponent to 9. We go up to 19. Plays another Relic of Progenitus, which is Graveyard Hates. We don't care about our graveyard with this deck. It's fine. He's going to exile that to draw a card. He has a ton of Graveyard Hate in his deck. I think he's trying to build around the meta as well. Take 3. We go to 16. Gets his 5/5. This is hopefully lethal. We got all that glitters. We're 1 short. Set our opponent to 1. We go up to 24. He has to kill both our Invisible Stalker and Cyber Cryptomancer. Or kill us here. He has Philia. I have the emote for Philia. He's going to destroy target artifact or enchantment an opponent controls. That is us. He goes up to 2 life. He goes up to 3 life. We still have Aether Tunnel. It's game over. Our opponent's deck was weird, and we still didn't even like blow them out of the water. That was still close. We need to take a look at the enchantments that we're running. And take a look at the auras we're running. Definitely want more removal. We want a full playset of Sheltered by Ghost. And I'll cut out maybe a Sentinel's Eyes. Aether Tunnel seems really good. I feel like I should be running more of those. Cut out 1 Cartouche, cut out 1 Sentinel's Eyes. Go up a second Aether Tunnel, go up another Sheltered by Ghosts. Heliod's Pilgrim. We're running 22 lands. All right, let's give this a shot. Actually, what if I run a 1 of protection spell? Instant protection to protect one of our auras. We could run a 1 of God's Willing. No, not target creature. Choose a color, white creatures you control. Nope, that's not going to work. None of these are going to work. We can go indestructible, but I think that only works for equipment, artifacts. Lauren's Escape. Target artifact or creature gains hexproof and indestructible to end a turn. Scry 1. I need that. But for an enchantment. Parametra's Blessing. 1 white, instant. Target creature gets +2/+2 until end of turn. If it's an enchanted creature or enchantment creature, it also gains hexproof and indestructible to end of turn. That doesn't work. That does not protect our non-land permanent. Damn, there's nothing that says non-land permanent. It's protection. Nope. About non-land permanent, indestructible. Not really. Damn. No way to protect our enchantments for 1 white mana. Surprises me. All right. It's already like 10:30. I'm tired. Getting my ass kicked for 3 hours is not that fun. Let's go. Let's see. Let's name this stream with Galaxy Quest break. No, it's not Galaxy Quest. Why do I keep calling it that? Is it Galaxy Quest? Oh, it is now. We go first. Our opening hand is Double Island. So it's fucking useless, just like the last game. That's super fun. I love having to beg the game to give me both colors of mana in my deck. Love starting at a disadvantage, even when I'm going first. Feels great. I was going to start with turn 1 Enlightened Tutor. They're going to try to cheese us with Goblin Charbelcher. Can they get it off on turn 2? I don't remember. I'm ending the stream after we lose to Charbelcher. There's just no fucking way, dude. There's just no fucking way. We'll go Staggering Insight here. Swing in. Deal 2. Get to draw a card. They can Jeska's Will us. That's how they Charbelcher on or early. Pentad Prism. Here we can go Arcane Flight. We have to kill right here. This has to be enough damage. And I don't think it is. 11. We set our opponent down to 4. If you like playing with over 100 cards because why not? Because it's not good. That's why not. But that's all you. Charbelcher can come down now. They have some way to ramp their mana. If they can get 8 mana this turn, no, 7 mana, we lose. We're up to 33 life, but they'll still get us for like 50 damage. Pyretic Ritual, they go up to 3. How much did I say they need? 7. Jeska's Will doesn't help them because we've been dumping our hand, which is good. They have 1, 2, 6. Are they 1 short? If they have second Ritual, we lose, I think. Ooh, you have Storm Scale Scion. Okay. Do we win the game here with Heliod's Pilgrim? Aether Tunnel costs 2 blue. Are you serious? We're going to be 1 short? There's no fucking way. There's no way that this tap land screws us. I can go Sheltered by Ghosts. Oh, our opponent scooped. Thank God. Thank God. We could have gone Sheltered by Ghosts, gotten rid of one of his dragons. But if I could have just played the Heliod's Pilgrim with an untapped land there, we grab Aether Tunnel, we make our guy unblockable. Connect for damage. Kill him. Oh my God, dude. Opponent's running double cheese. Goblin Charbelcher, cheese. And he's combining it with Mono Red Storm. Dang. Yeah, good night, man. We got the win, but man, dude, it's like pulling teeth. Our opponent's playing a deck with oh, I thought you were gonna get off. No. I said if we lost to the Charbelcher. If I got cheesed out, I was gonna win. But we won. For my excitement, it doesn't sound like we won, but we did. I don't know. I'll keep going until I give up hope on this deck. All right. Turn 3, no lands in hand, no second creature. We have a hexproof body out, and yet our opponent happens to have Sheoldred's Edict, which is a way to get around hexproof and still kill our creature. That's fucking awesome. That's super fun. I hate this game so much. Yeah, I think I gotta stop wasting time on this this ranked challenge. It's not working out. It's been 3 days. I haven't made any videos because of how much time I've spent on the ladder. And it's still just super not fun. And if you're not having fun playing Magic, then what's the point? All right, opponent's going first. We start at a disadvantage. How fun. At least we get to keep our opening hand. We didn't have to mulligan down to 6. Opponent's playing Mono White Angels. There is a chance that we can win this game. They're going to be gaining a stupid amount of life, though. Jesus Christ, double Bishop of Wings. He's going to gain 8 life every time he plays an angel. That is almost 50% of his starting life total that he gets for free. That is crazy. We go Staggering Insight here. We go Ethereal Armor. Swing in for 4. We set him to 16. We draw a card. We might not have enough damage in hand. He plays 1 angel here. He goes back up to 24. And it's like we didn't even hit him. Splendid Angel. He gains 16 life this turn. It's turn 3. And he's going to have 32 life after we dealt 4 damage already. So dumb. I'm swinging in 14 damage right now, and he's still at 18. It is so dumb. We dealt 14 damage, and again, he's going to gain at least 16 this turn. More than 16. He started at 18. Let's see how much life he ends up at by the time we come back to our turn. Started at 18. Keep that in mind. It was at 18. Ends at 40. Ends the turn at 40 life again. Fucking hate life gain. We get a swing in for 18 damage here, and it does not fucking matter. It doesn't do anything. My God. And this tapped wrong. That's not fun. Absolutely
Anyone
absurd.
who harms my people must contend with me. Guards, to me.
He didn't play an angel this turn. This is the only shot we have at winning. We need to top deck an ethereal armor or an all that glitters. Yeah. Or Heliod's Pilgrim. It's like a 20% chance for us to win the game right here. This is our only chance because he did not play an angel. We draw into a tap land. Or draw into a land. That's awesome. Wait, light pause. Does this happen on attack? Whenever an aura you control enters, if you cast it, you may search your library for an aura card with mana value less than or equal to that aura with a different name than each aura you control. Put down to the battlefield, attach the light pause. It's only if I had an aura to play and we drew into too many creatures and too many lands. We swing in, we set our opponent to 4. We draw 2, but it's too late. We needed these auras a turn ago. I can play Cartouche of Solidarity. I don't know, put it on light pause maybe. Do we have anything less? We can grab let's see. Arcane Flight, I guess. Play out the Invisible Stalker here. He gained what, 22 life, you said? When he played an angel? That would put him up to 26. We still wouldn't have enough damage on board. We'd be 1 short again. I only ever play life gain against Sparky because I want to see how high I can get. I mean, there's ways to go infinite with life gain.
We must protect the people.
Blow up. Tell me you don't have an angel. Concede the match. Swinging out. Light pause will block Splendid Angel. That dies. Big damage, we go to 33. Oh my God. The only limit is sparking drawing all their cards. Yeah. Oh, actually, no, I've hit the cap. You can hit the cap. The cap is like negative 2 billion or something like that. There's some kind of integer overflow. Thank you for the nice win. There's some kind of integer overflow that happens and your damage gets capped out and goes negative. Your life gain, your damage. There's a cap. Let me see. I found the cap with damage. Where are you? Pat Bogles are busted. That was from 3 years ago. That's the deck list we're using right now. Where are you? I don't think it was that old. There's a card that said like needed to be banned and needed to be fixed. Oh, you know what? It was a YouTube short. It was a YouTube short. Where are you? Yes.
What's up?
Oh, God. What's up? All right. No, that's not it. What the hell, dude? I just clicked on the one I wanted. Stupid shorts. Breaking 2 billion damage. We skip ahead. Boom. Oh, what is that? Like negative 12 billion? 1, 2, 3, comma, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3. This is the integer overflow. I was able to deal negative, what, a billion with 1 Phyrexian Vindicator. And then Sparky ends up negative 1,264,544,283. So that plus the, I don't know, additional like 20 life that they probably had from the starting life total, that's where it caps. So I'm pretty sure your life gain would also have to cap there. Like if I dealt all this damage while giving my creature lifelink, it's gotta be where it caps. In case you were wondering, it's where it caps. Also, there's not a real cap to how big your deck size can be. I've made a deck that was like 500 cards. Yeah. Your starting deck can only be 250. However, there are cards in the game that shuffle copies of more cards into your library. Namely, Oracle of the Alpha, which we are playing as our avatar. Right, when you play this card on ETB, it shuffles in the power 9 into your library. So it adds 9 more cards to your library. If you keep flickering him, if you keep bouncing him, you can make your deck grow super huge. There's no real benefit to doing it, but you can. And I did that before. Spent a couple hours, probably like an hour or two against Sparky, just to see how big the deck gets here in the bottom left corner. And it gets big enough that it goes off the screen. All right, here we are in another match. Our opponent's playing Artifact Affinity. We don't win this matchup if he gets out his turtle. There's a Tameo. Tameo is not the concern. The concern is their big turtle. Well, actually, we may be able to beat their turtle. The turtle is a 5/5. Our creatures get bigger than that. We just won't be able to exile it with Sheltered by Ghosts because it has Ward 4. Next turn, we can, in theory, get rid of Tameo, which is nice. It's okay. It's fine. But the big concerns really is the Intensity card, Retrofit or Foundries, which when it's kind of whatever. Thought Monitor, he gets to draw 2 here, even though he only has 1 land. It's super cool. Oh, Tameo transforms. That's potentially really bad. What does Sheltered by Ghost does? Or do? Exile target non-land permanent opponent controls until this leaves the battlefield. We can get rid of anything. We can get rid of Tameo still. -3, return target instant sorcery card from your graveyard to your hand. If it's green, add 1 mana of any color. +2 until your next turn. Whenever a creature attacks you or planeswalker you control, it gets -1, -0. Damn, I don't know what the move is. Could just get rid of Thought Monitor. Deal damage to Tameo. Or I can go Sheltered by Ghosts. Get rid of the Tameo.
But I thought knowledge was power.
And then just say no attacks. I don't know that that was better. Next turn we can go Shard Mage's Rescue plus all that glitters, and then our creature should be big enough to get through his blockers. This is a card I would have liked to exile with Shelter by Ghosts. Said I've only played a 154 card deck where if I don't pay attention to my cards I've drawn, 54 of it in one turn because of life gain. That's a lot. Okay, we can spend this turn to go Heliod's Pilgrim. We tutor Aether Tunnel. That way our creature becomes unblockable. Or we could grab another Sheltered by Ghosts. That seems pretty good too. Yeah. Fuck it. Let's grab second Sheltered by Ghosts. And say no attacks. I would love a fourth land off the top. 38% chance. This is why I wanted the Sheltered by Ghosts to hit their Interlacer. He just drew 7 cards this turn. Oh, and by the way, he's done all of this with only 1 mana. He's only had 1 land this whole time. And that's what his board looks like. Yeah, man. Yeah, you have a good night. It's happy to see you here. Sorry this stream was a little bit of a bummer. Hopefully next time you see me, I'll be having fun. Finds the 4th copy of Interlacer. What a lucky guy. All 4 copies in the top half of his deck. Oof. All right. Opponent swings a 4/4. After all of that, take 4 damage. We go to 16. He has 13 1/1 flying. Are these Thopters? Drone tokens. 13 of them. It's kind of a lot. How do I not die here? I don't think there's any way for me to survive next turn. Swinging with Saiba Cryptomancer here gives me 6 life. We go up to 22. 13. He has 17 on board. He can turn one of these, I think, into another 4/4. That's 8 plus 12 flyers. That's 20. We're alive at 2. Not if he doesn't block the Thought Monitor. He shouldn't have blocked with the Thought Monitor there. Maybe he couldn't make another 4/4. Whatever. This is gonna take like another 10 minutes. I'm over it. I'm so over it. Match is gonna take another trillion years to end, dude. Everyone is so boring. Everyone's just copying the same top decks, copy pasting it, and bringing it to this ladder. It's so not fun. So not fun. I'll try one more. Then I think I gotta quit. Maybe I'll keep playing and just turn off my camera and my mic. So that way I can watch YouTube. Or so that way I can watch Netflix. This opening hand can work, but only if Light Pause survives for a turn. We're going second. Our opponent's playing Recursion. It's Thoughtseize. Turn 1 Thoughtseize. We lose our Light Pause. Alright, that was a quick match. It's fucking awesome. That was cool. Yeah, I'm gonna call it quits here. It's been 3.5 hours. We've made exactly 0 progress. I think I gotta give up on this challenge. It's so not enjoyable. It's insane. Let's see. What's a deck I can delete real quick? Turn 1 OTK. Can definitely get rid of that garbage. Is this a standard deck? There's a mono white auras deck. This is a standard one. This looks to be budget. Spellbook Vendor. Is this our only rare? No, it's not. That's 6 rares. Or that's 8. Who are you? A most helpful weaver. 2 mana enchantment saga. Create a 2/1 green spider creature token with reach. Put a +1/+1 counter on target creature you control. It becomes a legendary spider hero in addition to its other types. Target creature you control gains double strike until end of turn. That seems like mid at best. Spellbook Vendor, 2 mana 2/2 vigilance. At the beginning of combat on your turn, you may pay 1. When you do, create a sorcerer roll token attached to target creature you control. 2 mana 2/2 ward 2. This creature has flying as long as it's modified. Sheltered by ghosts is nuts. Feather of Flight, 2 mana 2/2 flash. Enchant creature. When its aura enters, draw a card. Enchant creature gets +1/+0 and has flying. Ethereal Armor, sick. Optimistic Scavenger. 1 mana 1/1 Eerie. Whenever an enchantment you control enters and whenever you fully unlock a room, put a +1/+1 counter on target creature. Seam Rip. Exile target non-land permanent opponent controls with mana value 2 or less until this enchantment leaves the battlefield. Shard Mage's Rescue. This gives hexproof. And this has flash. Veteran Survivor. 1 mana 2/1 survival. At the beginning of your second main phase, if this creature is tapped, exile up to 1 target card from a graveyard. As long as there are 3 or more cards exiled with this creature, gets +3/+3 and hexproof. 20 planes. If we go with this, cut out Weaver, add in the 2-drop aura. That gives +1/+1 for everything. Where are you? Why am I blind? Oh, because this is still standard. Swap this to historic. Throw in all that glitters. Like this deck this maybe works. Maybe. Let's give it a try. Let's give it a shot. This is one of the more popular. This is, Jesus Christ, this has to be like the most popular deck in standard actually for best of 1. You want to see how many matches have been played with this deck list? The one that we copied, the first one, the top one. 110,000 matches have been played with this deck. 110,000 and it has a 58% win rate. If I click on our decks, 58% win rate, and that's the most popular deck. Merfolk was at 55 against in about over the course of about 100 matches, and then 58% here with this version of the deck, 75 and 54. This was at the lower ranks, so that's why the win rate is slightly higher. But like our Merfolk deck wasn't even that far behind what appears to be the most popular standard deck in ranked. Like it's not even kind of close. Mono white auras made up 15% of the meta today for standard. The next highest deck was 4-color Reanimator with 6%. Mono white auras is like 3 times as popular. Maybe like 2 and some change over the next one though. That's crazy. I can't imagine that this is that good though in historic. I don't think this is going to hold up. But if it does, if it proves me wrong and this deck holds up, I will gladly play the hell out of it. This is very similar to what we just tried, except we were running Azorius. And we get to upgrade our deck a little bit because we get access to some of the older aura cards. Let's give it a shot. I don't really think it'll be better than Azorius though. Azorius, we have unblockable creatures. And unblockable creatures are pretty good. They can't just be chump blocked. So I definitely don't know the most optimal way to play this, right? Maybe you start out with Veteran Survivor. Next turn, we go Optimistic Scavenger into Shard Mages. Try to give the Survivor Hexproof. And then we get to put a +1/+1 counter on the Survivor. This is all assuming it lives. Our opponent plays Light Pause. So it's a mirror match. So Shard Mage is here. It's a 3/2. Comes a 4/3. We swing it in. He doesn't block with Light Pause. He takes 4. See, Light Pause is just insane. Like, it has to be better than Spellbook Vendor. Spellbook Vendor's ass. 2 mana, 2/2 Vigilance. At the beginning of combat your turn, you may pay 1. When you do, create a Sorcerer roll. Token attached to target creature you control. Sorcerer roll. Enchanted creature gets +1/+1 and has whenever this creature attacks, scry 1. This only gives hexproof until the end of the turn. That's fucking garbage. See, Light Pause was just better. But in the matches that we just played, we didn't even see Light Pause. We didn't even get to start our match with Light Pause. So like if I try to go mono white auras, we cut Spellbook Vendor. We go Light Pause. I think there's attack in there. Light Tack Pause. We make those our 4 rares. And then I want to cut out there's 2 things that I want to get rid of. I need to make room for 2 more things. Cut out 2 Feather of Flight. And we go with the Saga. Michigo's Reign of Truth. Target creature gets +1/+1 until end of turn for each artifact or enchantment you control. And then you get to exile this at after the 3rd Saga, after the 3rd lore counter. And you get Portrait of Michigo. This creature gets +1/+1 for each artifact and or enchantment you control. And that's just really good. It might even be worth cutting out 2 additional cards somewhere. This is 2 mana 2/2 with Ward 2. Ward 2 is pretty good. I kind of want to get rid of these other creatures. I cut out 1 Scavenger and cut out 1 Veteran. We'll keep what we have. So this should be a stronger version of the most popular standard deck. But what they have going on in standard, I think it's just on another significantly weaker power level compared to what we're dealing with in historic right now. Opening hand, I guess we keep this. I don't even know. Opponent scoops or skips their turn. He could be trying to discard to hand size. He could choose to not play a land here. No, maybe, I don't know what the hell just happened. Maybe he kept a 0 land hand, which would be crazy. We can go Seam Rip here, get rid of Grim Initiate. Scavenger becomes a 2/2. Then next turn we can go Aerialist into another Seam Rip. Phoenix Chick, we can exile that. Phoenix Chick, we can exile that. We can make Optimistic Scavenger just a 4/4 this turn. Ooh, Light Pause. Less than or equal to that aura. We can go Light Pause. Oh wait, is this only an aura? That doesn't work. Seam Rip, we get rid of a Chick. We make Scavenger a 3/3. Go to combat. Oh, maybe Light Pause isn't that great. How many of these are auras? It's still pretty good. Actually, I'll get rid of Cavalcade. Alright, triple Seam Rip against mono red aggro, and we got to go first. There's no way he was going to win this. The triple Seam Rip is just filthy. Now, I may want to add some more auras into the deck. We can go Feather of Flight here, target Light Pause. Put a +1/+1 counter here. We get to grab something else with Light Pause. We can grab Sheltered by Ghosts. Exile Phoenix Chick. Put another +1/+1 counter here. Swing in for lethal. I think we need more auras. I think I might get rid of the 2 Michigos. I don't think there's another aura that exiles, but if there is another thing like sheltered by ghosts, that'd be nice. Light Pause says, whenever an aura you control enters, if you cast it, you may search your library for an aura card with mana value less than or equal to that aura and with a different name. Put that card onto the battlefield attached to Light Pause. Okay. Yeah, I don't think there's another effect like Sheltered by Ghosts. I don't think there's another one that we can run. Not that attaches itself to Light Pause. Chains of Custody. Enchant creature you control. When this aura enters, exile target non-land permanent opponent controls until this aura leaves the battlefield. Enchanted creature has a ward 2. Chains of Custody is kind of cool. It's a 3-drop, so it's a little more expensive. But that's pretty good removal. Let me run 2 copies of Chains of Custody. This can hit anything, whereas Seam Rip can only go mana value 2 or less. And then if we cast Chains of Custody, that could allow us to grab anything else in the deck that we want. Like if we have a Light Pause out, we go Chains of Custody. Chains of Custody can then grab Sheltered by Ghosts. And now Light Pause has exiled 2 things and has Ward 4 on it. And that's pretty strong. Let's give it a shot. All right, we're going first. We have a Veteran Survivor in hand. We're still running a full playset of him, right? Yes, that's good. Let's go Feather of Flight, try to draw a card here. Oh my god, is our opponent, they have a fucking counterspell already? Bro, fuck off. Let's exile the Spell Snare. He's playing the Azorius control deck. There's a High Noon. Let's go Wonderweave Aerialist, swing in for 2. High Noon has a second effect. You can pay 5, sack this enchantment, deals 5 damage to any target. Okay. Oh, let's try to Seam Rip. Seam Rip gets rid of High Noon if we ever get it to cast, which is unlikely. Nice. Veteran Survivor now has hexproof. It's a 5/4. Oh, this card is kind of cool actually. I fuck with it. Divine Purge. Well, I'll go fuck myself, I guess. Ooh, you know what? We're fine. He doesn't have mana to counterspell us for the High Noon. We can get rid of High Noon. And now we can cast Veteran Survivor again. Exile Divine Purge. He has another High Noon. Let's try to Seam Rip it. He's gonna Airbend, Seam Rip. He's down to 3 cards in hand. Bro, you gotta run out of gas eventually, right? Need 8 mana to transform Aang. Okay, let's try to Seam Rip again. You have 3 cards in hand. Run out of shit. Oh my god, dude. I need him to have 1 turn without interaction. I actually can't believe this garbage. One turn, I need something to fucking stick. Why does that even work? Where the fuck are your lands? Play a fucking land.
Perhaps there are more useful texts down on the surface.
I need this seam rip to fucking stick. I'm gonna fucking kill myself. There is no fucking way.
I'd rather avoid a fight. But I am not defenseless.
Fuck's sake. Seam rip. Stick. I swear to fucking God, dude. I swear to fucking God. That was so stupid. Hmm. Oh my God, man. Another fucking artifact deck. There's no fucking way I'm getting turn 1 calling the Weaked. There's no fucking way he has full combo in his opening hand. I think I give up.